Boop boop. Hello.
Hello.
Hi everyone. Boop
Hello.
boop.
As they say.
Welcome to another D&D episode. God, so many D&D. Oh, they play so much D&D, these guys. Someone stop them.
Well, they stop.
We're playing
No.
Housebound Adventuring, and we're playing some D&D. So we're going to go over our... Before we start, as you guys know, we like to do a little prompt at the beginning of our games, so that we get a chance to, like, get into character, and then, you know, have a little bit of a think about, learn some new details about them. And today we are using one of the prompts from a friend of ours in the chat, Canuck Fana Canada. And the prompt that they have submitted is: does your character prefer the company of others or the solitude of adventuring outside the city? Given our players a little bit of free reign on what they want to, how they want to. What's the word?
Answer. Respond. Answer.
Yeah.
Twist. Spin
sure.
their
Yeah.
story.
All those things. Interpret, that's the word I was thinking of.
Oh.
Interpret that question, you know, if they want to think about whether they're city folk or they're country folk, or if they like, you know, introvert, extrovert, whatever you like. And the second question that we've gone for, we don't have. We're doing benches today, aren't we? Okay.
Oh, today is bench day, apparently.
As I was saying earlier, I almost wore a very different coloured tank top today. Adam called it a vest. Anyway, let's not get.
No,
let's
he's
not
doing
get
that
bogged
to make
down.
fun of me, I think.
Oh.
Specifically.
Okay. But what is your character's scent? Again, this has in brackets bonus points for a description that sounds like it could be from a bad or awesome fanfic. That's not necessary, but it might be fun. And if you get a really good one, I might give you an inspiration point. Who knows? So those are the prompts that we'll be using today. Again, thank you very much to Canuck for submitting one of those. If you reckon that you can come up with a good one, I challenge you to do so by using our little form that we've got together.
I'm not doing it.
No one going to
Nah.
the command? I'm
I
really surprised
refuse
that
today.
Docs wasn't on it today.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh
So.
my
Fuck.
god.
Why do I bother DMing?
I'm trying to organise my
I-
notes. I'm sorry.
I challenge you to come up with a good one because it's tough. It's tough going. Come up with good prompts. Anyway, we'll do a little bit of a recap of the last session. We arrived in Immersea, which is a little town on the coast and a main road through Cormier, and had a chance to chat a little bit with some of the locals. Essentially, we had some interactions with some fancy hotel concierge, apparently. Some of them were nicer than others. Some of them were more expensive than others. And we almost slept in a hostel until the snoring drove us away. But we spent our second day the whole time getting our tattoos done.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty much got our tattoos done.
And we got really good coffee.
Yes. Oh, yes. There was that whole thing about the coffee. I'd forgotten about the coffee.
Tastes
That
the
was
same to
fun.
me.
I didn't forget about the really good coffee.
It's one of those things where I don't drink coffee, so it's kind of like whatever. But I enjoy that everyone else can kind of relate to the experience of coffee, at least to some degree. And then we've got a chance for our characters to be fleshed out in that regard. So we're thinking about matching tattoos. So Jenny has drawn up a really
You've
beautiful.
done the thing that she do.
She did that. She did that Jenny thing that she always does.
The thing
and
she
wrote up
do.
that beautiful drawing for the tattoo. I've got you on chat only, so you might have to tell me when you're on.
Oh, it is now. Yeah.
It's on now. You want to describe it a little bit?
Well, Katie suggested it. Katie suggested a crest with something that had all of us in, and kind of just went with that. There's a Gucci dagger on there. There's a little nugget wing on the Gucci dagger. The quill is all fancy. That's my favorite bit to do. I thought that was really fun. I really enjoyed doing it.
It's got a nice texture to it.
There's a bunch of
Top quality
stars in the moon, and Haiku's got a little like belt that he has to affix all his stuff on the shell as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How cool is
So
that?
good.
I really like that there's like a line art version, like a black and white kind of grayscale-y one, as well as the fancy coloured one. So that's been drawn up by Jenny, and it's gorgeous. So we're going to go with, if everyone's happy with that, the tattoo that everyone got during our session yesterday. Not yesterday, in-game yesterday. However, if there are any minor changes or anything that you want, or maybe something around it, or you want that to be the general theme but something else, it's your character, so you make your own decisions regarding that. But how cool! How impressive is that?
I love it.
It's very, very cool. Yesterday equals anything that didn't happen today. Exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Anyway, after that, we headed off to Orkspear. I rolled nicely on the old random encounters table, and you guys got scot-free with a nice little leisurely stroll at night to Orkspear, where you arrived, set up in a tavern or an inn that didn't charge you up the wazoo for a very simple bedroom, but they were the innkeep clearly had no time to be polite and was just very bored of working and keeping and staying up past midnight for the residents, the locals of Orkspear, who were just kind of sleeping on the table. But he wasn't allowed to be rude to them because then they won't come back, and it's the only blah 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 blah. But anyway, so you guys went off and had your rooms. Some of you got fancy rooms with baths. Some of you didn't. You woke up in the morning. Some of you had fancy baths. Some of you didn't. Some of you were stinkier than others.
What of it?
And the stinkier people went downstairs and bumped into your target, the person that you came here to meet, Albert Humpledink, who is a GIF. And for those of you who are uninitiated,
And animated.
GIF are hippo people. Big old hippo people. This particular hippo person was robed in the same manner of monk that you might find at the Liber Amans Monastery, which is where Randall came from. Albert Humpledink had a bit of a chat with Randall and Oro, the stinky ones.
That's our subgroup name.
Team names. Sub-team names.
It's not A and B, it's stinky and not stinky. And we had a little bit of exposition from Albert Humpledink. Essentially, the monastery where Randall and Albert come from is dedicated to kind of recording history and stories and ensuring that the most accurate information is available, and pulling out apart the stuff that's just myth and legend, and what makes stories, and recording everything. This particular young initiate had stumbled across some interesting information whilst reading some material, and recognized that way back when, because we were in Cormier, there were about over 1,000 years ago, there was a particular royal named Goruana who went about murdering half of the family tree in a way to very strategically place her own progeny, basically, to make sure that a lot of her offspring became royals. And there was one particular person who's written about in the storybooks who, years before she was found out, suspected it was her and called her out on it. They were labeled kind of paranoid as this kind of this way to suggest that they were not, a reliable source of information. And the records in history suggest that it might be someone called Ansia the Paranoid. They can even track Ansia all the way to Tethir as they ran away from Cormier in the hopes that they weren't moided. So reading some material, and Albert Humpledink found some references to someone called Ansia and tracked them down to a graveyard just outside of Orkspear, where you currently are. So you are being hired to essentially take Albert to this grave, or this tomb, and poke around a little bit, see what information you can get, Easy money. It's just walking somewhere.
Mhm.
Right? It's just
Easy.
walking somewhere, no problem. This has
Simple.
been funded by the Royal Archivist in Suzale. And it's essentially just a little easy peasy escort quest, no problems.
Easy.
Easy.
Man, I'm starting to feel slightly uneasy about how often you mentioned that this was going to
Yeah.
be easy.
Stay on the payload. Nothing bad has ever happened in a graveyard in D&D.
Nope, never. Nothing bad ever.
I bet nothing is going to happen, but it's all just going to be like super suspicious the whole time.
Oh,
Oh my god, we're gonna finish and just wait for everything to happen and leave and be like, oh my god, that place is haunted. Like, people are gonna die.
But also nothing happened, also mysterious. Okay, so you are aware that this graveyard is one that has been that's separated from Orngspear and has not really been in use at all. It's not a local graveyard. It's quite a little. It's a little way out. Though you don't know much about its origins. So we will start with that, but before we'll do our prompts. So, oh shit. Right, so let's start at the top of my list on Zoom with Katie. Nerily,
Yeah.
does your character prefer the company of others or the solitude of adventuring outside the city? And how
So-
do you interpret that?
So it sounds like the question is more not like, are you an introvert or an extrovert, or it's like, do you like cities, because it's adventuring. It's talking about adventuring. So I think she finds cities very fascinating. And every time she enters one, she learns something new about just how people interact with each other and how different one can be from the other. And things are like interesting and confusing. And so that's a bit exciting. But I think after a while, she gets a little overwhelmed and wants to like head back out, head back home, get back on the road, because it's still just a lot for her to take in.
So is she more comfortable when she's outside the city?
I think for long periods of time, yes. I think in general, she probably could get comfortable with cities, but it's going to take like time to have to be around that many people with that much going on and not eventually get overwhelmed.
Right, okay. And what is your character's scent? Scent.
Well, she had a nice bath recently, like she's still in it right now, and she used her special hairbill soap. So right now she's got a very light, like honeysuckle floral scent, kind of like especially in her hair, it's really strong, like strongly gathered there. But I think normally she uses like a simple oat and honey kind of soap. So usually she just kind of has like an oat an oat smell to her, just like something very
oaty.
light. Yeah.
Okay,
But right now she's got the fancy one.
Cool. All right. Tom, does your character... Oh, wait. Jack. Haiku. Does Haiku prefer the company of others or the solitude of adventuring outside the city? And how did you interpret that question?
I mean, whichever way I interpret it, the answer's more or less the same. They don't particularly care either way. Well, not that they don't care, but it doesn't really matter. You know,
Right.
They're equally content wandering by themselves with their own thoughts, and you know, being with a party and getting to know people and talking is just as good.
Okay, right. So it's not so much of a indifference as it's happy in both situations.
Yeah. I mean, so long as like nothing awful's happening at the time, it's fine.
Okay, cool. And what's Haiku's scent? How does a turtle smell? A turtle, not a turtle, not a
Yeah,
turtle.
not a turtle.
Hate
So
turtles.
very specifically. I mean, they're currently in the bath. So at the moment, it's a bit of a citrusy smell, a bit of citrusy scent at the moment. Pre-bath, though, I think Haiku's natural scent of their body, to not go into too much detail, would be a bit of a swampy moist smell.
Okay.
That makes sense.
A little bit damp all the time.
Yeah. Like they're certainly like they got like almost like a not that they are slimy, but like from the smell you would maybe think they'd be slimy to touch.
Okay.
And then that's mixed in with all the items on their shell. So
Right.
there's there's currently a horse skull on the shell.
Really the main
There's,
scent.
there's a scalp of a former party member on that.
Oh my
you
God.
know,
Jesus.
so it all sort of like uses together to
Try
this
it.
This is-
completely incomprehensible smell.
This is the person that you have chosen to bring into your party, by the way, guys. You chose
The scalp
someone
wasn't there
that-
beforehand, okay?
That is true. That's a good point. Or the skull. Actually, the worst smelling things Haiku's picked up recently.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So, yeah, exactly. A little bit of rot. Just a tiny bit of rot.
No, not rot.
No?
I wouldn't go with
Does the
rot.
scalp not rot? Oh, I can't.
Oh, the
Every time I
scalp.
say
I
that.
thought you meant Haiku themselves.
And
Yeah,
I
the
think that
scalp-
would have
Yeah.
dried by now, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
probably,
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, equally, there's an empty box where that talking tart used to be, so there's some residual
Tart.
tarty smell.
Ooh, a little bit of tart.
Yeah.
As a treat.
it's a treat.
I always imagined that the smell that would accompany both Randall and Haiku for different reasons would be a little bit of dust. Just like a little, just
Yeah.
like a fine dust smell. Like, because Haiku is covered in stuff that is a just dust magnet. Every inch of Haiku's back must be covered. Like, there must be dust forever. Getting out of that bath must have just been, what you were leaving behind must have been horrible. And Randall, spending so much time in books and tomes and in parchment, those get pretty dusty in libraries. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see what Randall smells like.
If it's allowed,
We'll all see.
that bathwater would definitely get changed at least once.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're paying for the bathwater. You get it. Okay. Conjured dust bunny style. Okay. Oro, does your character prefer the company of others or the solitude of adventuring outside the city? / how did you interpret that question, Luke?
Well, same as Haiku. I preferred it. I am either way. I would have interpreted that. She prefers the company of others. She's always been around a bunch of other people. I think she's fine being on her own, but she'd rather just. She's more accustomed to just chilling with other people.
She's a socialite.
Mm.
Okay, cool. And what is Oro's scent?
Sin.
Scent.
Oro's quite messy and doesn't really care about hygiene that much, as she didn't really think it was a big deal until she started hanging out with Nerly and was like, oh, Nerly bathes a lot. In comparison to Oro, I was like, oh, should I be worried about that? And then she's like, I don't really care. Oro probably smells a lot of like moss and grass, and she'll drop food down her a bunch, so whatever she ate recently probably also smells a bit of. But I like to think that she picks up flowers, pretty flowers that she sees, and maybe puts it on her little coat jacket, and probably smells a little bit like a flower occasionally. Every once in a blue moon, she picks up a pretty flower.
Cute. Does she do it? Does she pick up the flower because she likes the pretty flower and she wants to
Yeah, she's like, well, that's
decorate?
pretty. I'll keep it
Okay,
forever
okay.
until it dies, and then I'll discard it.
Okay. I much prefer that over the alternative, which is to pick it up just to stop yourself smelling.
Just putting it on their armpit.
Yeah, using it like a deodorant.
Yeah.
Okay, Randall. Does your character prefer the company of others or the solitude of adventuring outside the city?
So I think I'm going to interpret this about does Randall like crowds to some extent?
Sure.
And so I think I don't think Randall likes a crowded city, but he also doesn't like to be completely alone. So I think some of it is in a city, everyone's super busy and no one has time to just stop and talk to each other, and so he can't. There's nothing interesting there for him. But then that's counterbalanced by some of the most interesting stories happen in cities because there's just lots of people and lots of shit going on all the time.
It's a tough place to be. There's there's not a lot of space for socializing or intimacy really, and there's if everyone's too busy rushing around and they're all looking
Everyone's
at
got
their
their important
tablets.
city business to do.
A parchment everywhere gone.
Yeah.
Okay, and what does Randall smell like? What's the scent?
So I think from being in like the archives for like a lot of time and just spending a lot of time, it's like he has this like permanent kind of background smell of like books. So it's like leather, like old leather, and like the paper, and maybe like some of the ink has like a metallic smell sometimes.
Ooh, all right. I was
Oh my
surprised.
God, Randall smells like a library. That sounds amazing.
That sounds really nice.
Let's get old Randall.
But it's only like after he's like bathed. The rest of the time it's just like dirt and mud.
Bit of blood.
I mean, yeah.
Bit of blood. Mostly his own blood is what he smells like most of the time.
The majority of the time, adventurers smell like people who walk and sweat on the road a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So I was interpreting that question to be a little bit like, what do you smell like when you're not like disgusting after walking all day in the summer? But
Okay. Right, back to Roll20 into our game.
oh shit, I forgot to open Roll20. I know what I'm doing.
We are starting today's session with you guys having essentially just heard the end of Albert's spiel as he kind of finished his long rant about Ansia. We kind of ended with him being like, how cool is that? And looking at Randall like, it's exciting, right? And these guys are still having their
How
bath.
long has it been? Has it been like 3 hours while the story has happened?
I mean,
3 hours later.
it's been a while. He's kind of gone off on a rant about some of the more intricate details of Goroana's plots and some of the shady shit that she pulled off, and some of the people that she was working with 1,100 years ago. But it's kind of all stuff that you knew. Like everything that she mentioned so far, you rolled really highly on your history check last time we played, as you can see in the chat above. So none of it's new to you. But Albert seems really excited by it, and just kind of speed talks his way through way too much. And you find it really difficult to like just kind of jump in and be like, oh, yeah, no, I this is common knowledge for people in our field. Like, I've read plenty of this. I've got this really good book in my pocket. So you've not had a chance to really like jump in until it was, you eventually got to the point of what he was trying to say. Okay, says, are you in for it then? Are you going to help me?
Well, I mean, that's why we're here. I'm just waiting for the rest of our party to come down.
I was going to say is that that's just you and Oro. It's not just you. There's more of you.
Yeah, we've got 2 others.
Okay, that's cool. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see some adventurers, some really real adventurers. You're going to go off and slay any beasts that get in our way. There will be no beasts, I'm hoping, but there might be beasts. I'd really like to have not to be any beasts.
Are you equipped to fight any beasts that may appear?
Well, those of us that attend the Liberate Man's Monastery are very well equipped with lots of training for all sorts of combat scenarios. But no, I'm very new to the monastery. I've only been there a couple of months, so I'm a bit of a novice.
Do they even have a weapon with them? Do they have like a staff or like?
No. You see, like amongst their attire, they've got like the similar kind of stash, like kind of satchel they're wearing, and the robes, as you kind of see within the folds, where there's some paper that's been kept aside, some parchment. You can see what looks like the hilt of a knife, but you are 99.9% sure it's a letter opener.
Okay. Right. Well, just watch yourself and make sure you shout if you need help.
Oh, I mean, if it's all right with you, I'll be staying very close by so I don't stumble into anything spooky.
Yes.
Do you think that you don't think there's going to be anything spooky there?
I'm sure there'll be nothing spooky, but additionally, in our field, we read enough to be a little bit scared all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm terrified whenever I leave the monastery, which is not often, thankfully, but it's scary.
Yeah, it can be the first time.
But every time. All the time, forever.
You'll be
I'm
fine.
sure, you also, I'm sure you experience that too. Just constant terror. For always.
No, I actually now I'm not too bad now. Like I've been out. I've got people I trust to keep me safe. Even though I've nearly died several times.
You've nearly died.
No. It's an exaggeration.
That's a joke that we just joke about.
Randall
never
very
really...
carefully crosses his legs and hides the massive scar on his leg. Everything's fine. Nothing's gone wrong.
No festering wounds. Everything's fine.
So festering wounds we've got covered. We've got stuff for fixing a festering wound.
So you've never been in really real danger then? It's not that dangerous outside.
I mean, it can be dangerous, but as long as you're careful.
Oh, I'm very careful all the time.
Yeah, then it'll be fine.
I'm extremely careful. I am so careful. You'll never meet anyone.
I want to roll. I'm absolutely gonna insight check that. Because that's what clumsy people say.
It's really hard to get a read on this particular individual. It's just, it's the accent. It's throwing you off.
Yeah.
It's hard to read between the lines.
I hope they're as graceful as a ballerina.
Well, I mean, who knows? Maybe they are. Maybe they are.
Massive gif, just like.
I saw some GIF ballerinas in Fantasia, so
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
They are about 6 foot. They've got a little bit of chunk on them, but they're currently sat down at the bar. So you're assuming 6 foot.
Okay. Yeah, no, not in any real danger.
Oh, I mean,
I'm sure if you went looking for it, you could find it, but
So would you describe us going to a abandoned ancient graveyard as looking for danger? I don't. Or is that safe? Do you think that there'll be nothing there? Because
I mean, it's it's not
so
going down
old?
To the market on Sunday safe, but it's not.
Is that safe?
Well, that's pretty safe.
Well, that is safe.
Yeah.
Okay, because I went to the market here on Sunday and I got robbed.
I'm going to stop talking now. I need to eat my breakfast.
Okay, well that's fine. I'll sit with you whilst you eat your breakfast. You can see now that he stands up out of his seat and he's as I said about 6 foot tall. And he's come to stand directly next to you. Like it's a little bit in your personal space in a way that it's mostly he's definitely close to you, but he's got an aura that is absolutely encroaching on your personal space.
What's their scent?
They actually smell like a mixture of the parchment that they've got dotted all around their person, a little bit of the ink that you can see that is in only one place stained some of the cloth on their robe. But
that's how you know they're new to the monastery.
Oh, with the ink stains. But the rest of it, they smell very clean, almost a little bit like the the cheapest possible soap that could be made. You suspect that they've been living a very thrifty but cleanly life. They look very well organized.
Are the ink stains a sign of newness because you learn how to get the ink stains out after you've been there for a while, or because you learn not to spill the ink after a while?
You learn how to seal the ink so it doesn't spill.
Ah, okay.
Ink, you can't ever get the ink out.
Okay.
If he's like really close to Randall, and I can tell that Randall's a bit like, okay, no more of this. I'm gonna be like, do you wanna come meet Nugget? I got made my breakfast. I was just gonna go give it to.
Oh, you
Nugget.
said you did mention Nugget last time. I'm really excited to meet Nugget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Come on, we'll go.
Should
go
we
meet
go to Nugget?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Okay, you have your
Walks
breakfast.
alongside you, and you are you are dwarfed by the silhouette of this hippo person strolling alongside you. And you walk outside the front, and sure enough,
Is Nugget still
Nugget's
breathing
chilling.
in the glass? Like last week. That's how we ended it last week, with Nugget breathing on it. Give me breakfast.
You're not sure where they slept last night, but you're very confident that Nugget is very excited to see you, because Nugget bounds across the ground from the right-hand side as you exit the front door and just skids as they land in front of you. Dust from the dirt is cast up in front of your faces, and Albert goes, "Ah!"
It's fine. It's fine.
and trips over, falling backwards.
Oh dear. Oh.
Oh Jesus! What the fuck? Oh my God! That's way bigger than I thought it'd be. It's a giant bat. It's a giant bat. You said it was a giant bat, but it's a giant bat. I thought it was just gonna be a very big bat. It's a giant bat. What the fuck? Jesus Christ! Fucking hell!
Are you
Randall,
okay?
Are you
Are
seeing
you okay?
this?
It's
Randall,
fine.
You're seeing the size
It's
of
fine.
this bat.
Okay.
You
Deep
can't
breaths.
see this bat.
Deep breaths.
Hey, who's Randa? Oh, Randall.
And
I thought you were making a joke.
I thought Randall stayed inside, so I was like, wait, does he have like a familiar or something?
They're not that far away. He's like,
Okay.
he's fallen back inside the tavern, turned around, and been like, "What the fuck is this?"
Okay.
Do I now know that they're clumsy?
You've got a good feeling that they might be clumsy.
Are you okay? You alright?
Ah, is it
Okay.
gone? Is it gone?
Nugget's licking their face.
Just on top of them.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very good time to be licking someone's face.
It's okay. Calm down. Calm down. He won't hurt you. It's fine. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of you can see that the Albert kind of opens their eyes and there's just Nugget directly above them.
Just
This
Nugget.
big fluffy white bat with his big banana nose,
Beautiful boy.
just like happily looking down at Albert, just like joyously, like, "Yay, new friend!" We have the same accent.
Oh my god.
And Albert just goes, "All right, you're quite cute, but you're very big. Could you please?"
Alright, Nugget. Alright, come back.
Just kind of backs off. You can see that there's a significant discomfort still from Albert. It's not like they've immediately been won over just by the sheer size of the giant bat. That's a spooky experience. But at least the immediate terror has subsided.
That's good.
And there does seem to be some mixed feelings of, of affection, and also you're still terrifying. Which I think many people who've been around, like dogs can probably relate to. Dogs are
Yeah.
lovely, but sometimes you can have a lovely dog that you're still a bit like, ooh,
Ooh. Yeah.
stay on that side of the fence. Classic animal behavior. That creature is afraid of me or does not care for me. I must focus all attention on them immediately.
It's like, oh, they're on the ground. They're on the ground to play with me. Yay!
Oh, things are going down here so I can get to you easier.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna
there is-
feed Nugget the breakfast and ask if he wants to feed any food to Nugget. You wanna give him some?
I'm gonna roll a dice.
Okay.
to shit your pants.
It was
Shit your pants
animal
check.
handling. Animal handling. He
Puts it in his nose. No.
It's exactly what happens. You get it's like a I don't know, like a bit of bread that you've got with your breakfast, and he holds it. How's that? Oh, is this right? How's that?
No, lower.
And there's a moment where where Nugget's like sniffing at it and seems to be like, yeah, this is good. I want to be able to smell my food before I eat it, and then. As Albert's like, is this supposed to be happening? Is this what it looks like when a bat eats?
That's his nose. That's his nose.
Oh, so. I'll just put that gently down. Just it's that there for you. You want a little bit of bread? Well,
You did good. Good job.
I don't feel like I did good.
I'm
not a natural at this.
But that's okay. You'll learn.
Maybe. I'll try. I can't promise I'll try. I'll think about trying.
Okay, that's enough. Don't worry about it. We've had a long day.
How loud was the screaming?
Loud enough that if you, there's a little bit of hubbub outside now because you're getting. It's a really nice kind of spring day now. It's a little bit of heat in the air. The windows that you've got from your bedrooms are now well lit. You can kind of feel a little bit of a breeze in. And if your window is open, then you definitely hear some screaming from downstairs.
How far into bath time are we at the point that he's screaming?
I mean, I would probably have said you were very nearly done, but that's down to you to decide.
Does that make a difference as to whether you go and help? It's like, oh, it's near the beginning of bath time. Just,
Well, I just feel like if Nerly heard somebody screaming with that much terror outside, she would want to go see, like, make sure everybody's okay. But, like, what is... Are there towels? Do towels exist in the world? Like, does she come out towels. Like soaked in her own clothing or something?
You have a towel, a small towel.
Too small to cover yourself with?
I mean, you could cover one of two places.
Ah. Okay. Well, that's not gonna work.
Left foot or right foot? Which one?
It's just because it's like the towel itself is very rustic. It is not especially comfortable. It's a little bit kind of harsh on the skin, and it's small. You're not in a especially nice place, and it's it is what it is. It's essentially a washcloth, like a large washcloth.
It's a hotel towel.
Yeah.
So like, a few moments after the screaming and everything, I feel like Nerly comes running out really disheveled, like her hair is still sopping wet and like undone, but she's got her like dress thing on that can't get dirty, so it's really dry even though she's like trailing water and her hair is literally like just dripping massive amounts of water, and just like comes running out like barefoot like looking around to figure out what's going on.
So what's happened is essentially there is an open inn or tavern area that there's a staircase that leads up to an upper level that has a kind of banister that you can look down from. So on the upper level there are about 5 different rooms, each of which have immediate access to just looking down into this tavern area.
Oh, so I could just look out like a window?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, I look out like the hallway.
Yeah, so you can open up your door and you can take a couple of steps in, and you can look down off the banister and see into the large kind of tavern area.
Okay.
And as you do so, you see that Nugget is on top of someone and that they're like maybe attacking their face or something.
Okay, if it was that close, I feel like what she would actually have done would have been hopped out and to like ripped like the sheet off the bed and done like a quick like wrap around and stick her head out sort of thing. So she's standing there like sopping wet with like the sheet around her and is like looking down, looking at Randall. I don't know if I could see Oro just kind of like...
Randall, unless you just tell me otherwise, Docs, Randall is just munching breakfast.
Just eating.
Oh, yeah. It's like, like looked over, like, oh, you've met Nugget. That's nice.
And Oro's chilling next to whomever this is on the floor, and Nugget just kind of like maybe.
Just going, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah,
But you probably can't hear me over the
Yeah, but if I see Oro looking fine and Doc's like just eating, she's gonna kind of do the like just close the door, like go back to what she's doing.
Okay, so we can assume that Haiku is now also done with bathing. Bathing.
No?
No? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well,
You still
well,
got a couple more.
I mean,
Hours.
I absolutely
Hours,
have heard the commotion.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's for a turtle as large as Haiku, it's no small feat to get out of a bathtub.
I was gonna say, you're still stuck in the bath. What's happening?
So the options will have been weighed up, and they will have come to the conclusion that let's just keep relaxing for a bit. It'll be fine.
All right, okay. So you're still chilling in the bath. Some time passes. We get Albert has a chance to finish their breakfast. Randall's had theirs. Oro gets some food as well. This is all paid for with your room. And then eventually the clean ones come down from their baths and they have their own breakfast. The squeakies, is that what we're going for? That?
Squeaky.
Stinkies and the squeakies.
If I'm coming down for breakfast, the shell's going to be empty.
Okay. All right. I mean, you guys, you've spent a fair amount of time. We did like a 2-month, kind of downtime session where you were at the house. And the house was being repaired, and you had a chance to settle into your bedroom. So is this the first time that your party members have seen your shell that's not covered in your collection, or naked? Put some items on.
I've those seen it before. I mean, it's only really on the shell all the time because they travel so much. So being in the mansion for 2 months, it'd be off, and even for a brief period of time, neatly organised in the room.
Right. Okay. All right. Is this a site that you guys are used to seeing?
Sorry.
After the couple of months, yeah.
Sarah going, world crumbling, Haiku relaxing.
Chilling out.
Oh, and Oro would be like, "Whoa, Haiku's naked today. Jesus."
And we have Nearly descend like a Disney princess.
Definitely, yeah. Smelling like honeysuckle and like vague other like mellow but sweet flowers. Birds start chirping. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you have a chance to scoop up some breakfast. You can see that some other as you guys, for Oro and Randall, when you came down, you noticed that only one of the two residence drunks was still there in the morning. One of them was still asleep on the table. The other one returns at about 10 a.m. And sits down and orders some drinks. Now, a couple of other people seem to trickle in. People are starting to order breakfasts and stuff. What time is it before you guys start moving about? What do you want to do with your day?
We went to bed really late, right?
You did.
So we got there around midnight.
Mm-hmm.
I figure I finally come downstairs around like 10 after getting like a full night's rest and taking a bath. And it's not like you can just turn the water on and off, like it has to be brought in and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like 10 at the earliest by the time she's coming down the stairs.
Let's say we leave by like midday or something then.
Mm-hmm.
Gives Haiku time to put all the items back on as well.
Yeah, that'll take an hour or two.
An hour, not 2. We don't have the time.
So what do you want to do with your day? What's on the docket?
Go with Albert, right?
Yeah, I don't think.
Do we know where the place is? Like, how far is it from here?
You can ask Albert.
Albert, how far is the place?
It's about 10 miles out.
Oh, is this
Go
Albert?
10 miles east.
Oh, yeah.
Albert has been kind of just like staring at Nerily as she from the second that she descended the staircase. Albert's just been like doughy-eyed, like, wow.
Nice to meet you.
This is Nerily. Nerily, this is Albert.
I'm Albert.
He's the dude we're going to do the quest with.
I'm Albert.
Do I need to bring Nugget back in here?
I think Nerly is going to be kind of like Albert Nerly. Like, keep saying it. Like,
Nerly. Wow. That's a pretty name.
well, thank you.
Do you come here often?
No, I've never been here before.
Wow. That's really interesting.
It seems like a nice place.
What are you here for? Are you friends with these guys?
I think, yeah, we're helping you. We took the quest from the quest board.
Wow. That's amazing. You're so funny.
Oh, I wasn't trying to be funny. Just kind of like take a bite of toast.
And then he kind of leans over to Randall. Help me, please.
There's no helping you. Also, like Randall has any clue.
You can see that Albert is sweating through their robe right now. Just
Albert, you okay?
It's an exciting quest. I'm really excited to go on the quest with you. I'm really excited about the quest we're going on.
Okay.
Well,
So I'm so excited.
that it's exciting.
It's really exciting.
We've been on lots of exciting quests. Some have been really dangerous too.
Really dangerous. But it's...
Not
like,
really dangerous.
Randall almost lost his leg one time.
Oh my god!
Then I almost drowned because of some cursed ring thing. And then
There's curses. You got cursed.
no, not anymore. They fixed it.
Dirty.
What?
It's fine.
But it's usually a lot of fun. You meet interesting people. We
But
found
it's
talking pies one time.
Talking pies.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous talking pies.
No, those were just talking pies.
But the other times were dangerous. And Randall almost lost their leg. Randall, you almost lost your leg.
Well, I don't know if he would have lost the leg, but it was, he got like a disease.
He had a festering wound.
I'm gonna kill Albert before we even left this place.
But as long as we're not going in a sewer, I don't think that will be a problem. Yeah, we had to spend a lot of time in sewers. It was kind of weird. I don't know if that's very common or we just had really bad luck.
Is that like an underground thing that's more... is underground more dangerous than above ground?
I don't know if any place is inherently more dangerous than another.
Graveyards are
like
pretty
cities...
dangerous.
Graveyards are
Eats
dangerous!
toast.
Are they? Why are graveyards dangerous?
Oro shrugs. He's like,
Oh.
making shit up.
But that's okay. We're always fine in the end.
But you guys are seasoned adventurers, though, right? Because the advert was looking for seasoned adventurers, people who knew how to
We've
fight.
been adventuring for a season.
Oh my god! For a season!
Multiple seasons, actually.
Yeah, 3 seasons, I think, right?
Yeah.
So-
It was like summer,
Yeah.
autumn,
Yeah.
and winter.
Yeah.
That's 3. And we're nearly at the end of this one, I think. So, yeah, that's nearly 4 seasons.
That's a lot of adventuring. But that's like... It's not that many seasons. I was kind of expecting more seasons, to be honest.
Well, the first adventure we went on, our companion died, so I think we've made it quite a few seasons.
They died.
I forgot about that.
Hmm.
How many companions have you gone through?
Just the one. But we
Oh
didn't
my
know them
God.
very well, and they seemed kind of greedy. I think maybe they just weren't very prepared for, like, adventuring life.
Oh, I'm not prepared for adventuring life.
Well, you
I'm
don't have
prepared
to
for
be.
books. I like books. I want to go back to my books. Please.
You're
It's gonna be
fine.
okay. Tell me it's gonna be okay,
You'll
please.
be okay.
Well, yeah, you're not an adventurer, so you would just be protected.
You can see now at this point that Albert is now just like stroking Nugget a little bit too hard.
Nugget
Just
doesn't
like
mind.
not looking at Nugget, just like looking away, just like oh. But it's gonna be fine because
Huh?
you're all amazing fighters.
Yeah. And we're booked in for season 5, so we'll be. We have to be there.
And you'll be. I'm gonna be fine because I'm with you,
Yeah.
and we
protected
know
loads
each
of
other
people.
really well now. So I'm not gonna be like the other party member who died because we know each other really well.
Mhm.
Exactly.
And you know my name really well. So, and if you know my name, I'm important.
Yes.
My name is
feel free.
Albert Humpeldink. Albert
Yeah,
Humpeldink.
that's
my name. My name is Albert Humpeldink, please.
that's what it said on the paper.
You guys have got matching tattoos. Can we add something that represents me, please? So you don't forget.
Well, I thought you didn't want to be an adventurer.
I'm not an adventurer, though. I'm just your friend. We're best
Yeah.
friends now.
The person didn't die because we didn't know them. I just think
they
that we didn't know them, so we didn't realize going into it that they just weren't very
Listen,
prepared.
I've read enough stories. All right. We've read enough stories, he looks at Randall, to know that the side characters die. I'm not a side character, okay? I'm important.
Yes.
So I want to be in the tattoo.
Oh,
Well,
sure.
you don't need to be in the tattoo. You brought us here. You're not a side character. You're the main character. You're the protagonist. You're taking us to this place.
Persuasion
Ow.
check.
Do
Wow.
I get advantage because it's about stories?
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Wow, I did get funding to check this place out.
Exactly. You brought us here. Like
I did.
Yeah, you
bring
can't be
here.
a side character if you're a quest giver. Is that
Oh, I'm
what
a
it's
quest
called?
giver. I guess I am a quest giver, aren't I? I'm
Mhm.
giving you a quest. But do the quest givers usually come along?
Sometimes.
Maybe I should stay back. But then
We
what
won't know what
happens?
we're looking for.
You're right. But what happens if something terrible happens and like, oh,
We'll keep you safe.
okay, I'm gonna come, but don't judge me for run.
Or visibly size.
Just don't
We
run.
haven't even been introduced yet.
Oh, I've heard a couple things about you. You're Haiku.
Oh, okay. At least you know who I am.
I think that you're. I mean, you're the shell on the tattoo, right?
Yeah. It's the shell.
That's the shell, and that's the tattoo of the shell, and
Hmm.
you're part of the party, and we're best friends now.
Yeah.
We're best friends now. Oh, I'm so glad to hear you say that. I'm really glad that you said that we're best friends. Haiku and Albert going on adventure, finding clues, and having
absolutely no
fun.
danger.
No danger at all. It's a fun time for all.
Are you expecting there to be danger in a graveyard?
When you say it like that, it sounds like there'd be no danger in a graveyard.
I don't know anything about graveyards, but
But Oro a minute ago said something very similar to the words, "Graveyards are pretty dangerous."
Well, it's just a bit spooky in it sometimes. Ghosts.
I don't know.
you know?
I've never been to ghosts.
Well,
Graveyards are much scarier in the dark. So should we get a move on?
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah, how far away is it?
Oh, it's like I said, it's about 10 miles out of town. It's abandoned. You see, that's what I was thinking.
Well, abandoned places are always safe.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was
Mine
thinking.
shafts.
I was
Mine
thinking
shafts,
that no one's
sewers.
been there for ages, so no one could have died there.
Yeah.
Well, you don't usually die in graveyards, right?
That's a really good point.
Very
No one
good
ever
point.
dies in graveyards. They die and then get put into graveyards.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It'd be quite convenient if it did.
Yeah, if
But
anything,
no-
this is a great place to die.
Yeah, sufficient.
I'm
All
sure
right.
we're doing a great job of comforting Albert. But
I'm feeling.
I shouldn't mention the last adventuring group I was with all died. I
oh, my,
probably shouldn't mention that, should I?
Hey, sun's gonna be setting soon. Let's just get going.
get to the adventuring. Safe
just
adventures.
safe adventures. That's what you said. We're going on a safe adventure. As
long as you say it, it happens.
Haiku and Albert. That's how it goes.
As
that's
he's
our
doing this
jingle.
and like comforting himself, I'm gonna pick up all the empty breakfast like bowls and plates and stuff and prestidigitation them clean, and then just like walk over and hand them to the like innkeep that's there now, and just like set them down and smile and go and sit back down.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks for the D6 there, Tortu. Much appreciated. Very glad that I will 100% use that on the party.
You're still on the list. You don't make up for the list.
I feel like you owe me one for the knife incident. Tortu has been having some difficulty recently telling Jack's accent apart from other people. Has multiple times got Jack named the incorrect person. I like how the Tom one didn't have an animation. Yeah, I don't get animations.
You don't get an animation if you give it to Tom.
You don't
forfeit
get
your
animations,
right.
you get on the shit list.
Okay, so with Albert feeling quite nervous, but still ready to go, you guys heading off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is big
it-
time. Sorry.
Is it too early spring for butterflies to be around?
Yes.
Darn.
I mean, we could say no if there's something particularly you like.
I just wanted to keep the Disney princess theme going by walking outside and there being like a butterfly flitting around and her like putting her hand out and it landing on her hand, like looking at it and talking to it and then sending it on its way.
Okay,
Just to
well
fuck
we
with
can.
Albert.
I was gonna say if that happens, then I'm gonna have to RP Albert being more into you, and I don't have the energy for that with me right now.
It's fair.
So we're. Can we give Albert a D6? I mean, maybe I'll use it for Albert. Maybe. Probably
It's
not,
alright.
but maybe. I'm making up D6 DM rules as I go along. By the way, like I've just decided that I might use it to add to a DC for a check. Like if you're
Ooh.
what's the check? Oh, it's a 15.
Can we
Oh,
add it
what's
to our
that? I rolled a
DC?
6.
Yeah, can we add to DC?
Oh, you mean for people to save against your abilities and stuff?
Yeah.
No,
Mm.
because I get them so rarely. I'm allowed to use them. Fuck it, I'm a DM. Do what I want.
This is why.
Words that you never hear out of Tom's mouth. I never say that, but also, fuck you.
He's gone power mad. Oh,
Okay,
God.
fuck you. I just said it.
It was a mistake, see?
Okay. So, Albert takes a step outside.
Trips up.
A piano falls.
Immediately. Piano falls. He brings out what essentially a small dial that seems to be spinning for a couple of seconds before it settles in one particular side of it. And then he moves around a little bit, and then he goes, and he heads off in that direction, the direction he pointed out.
Okay.
I follow.
Yep.
Going that way then.
Yeah.
Quest complete.
Quest complete.
Well, the credits start playing. Our theme song starts going.
God. Anyway, he just waltzes off. He appears to be walking directly towards a small copse of trees, and then he goes out the other side of this small copse of trees and just continues onwards. And for as far as the eye can see, essentially is just green. You are in the very, very far distance. You can see that there is a forest. It's very dense, and it kind of rolls upwards as it rolls up this slight this hill in the forest. There's a little bit of fog on the distant horizon that is at the base of what you can see as the... Where are we on the map right now? It's essentially this huge king's forest that you can see here. So you are walking from Orkspear, and you're walking what you think is directly west. So you can just about see the trees that make up the king's forest, and in the very, very far distance, you think that you can just about see the top of a mountain that's kind of smothered by clouds. But you just orient yourself to those, and you just keep on keeping on.
Don't sing Misty Mountain. Don't sing Misty Mountain.
I mean, you can if you want.
No one's gonna complain.
No, little Misty Mountain. little cheeky Misty Mountain, maybe.
Little what?
A little cheeky Misty Mountain.
Do you want me to?
I mean, maybe.
I think I have chords for that even somewhere. Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up. Wait a
Hold up.
minute. Gotta find my sheet with my chords on
Unless
it.
someone wants to beat her to it. The real completion is the mayhem they cause along the way. Oh my god, we're the enemy.
Weird buddies.
Far over the misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old, we must away at break of... It's B minor. What's B minor? No. No, it's B major also too. I forgot what B minor is. Oh well. Let's C minor. Lay my long forgotten gold. There you go. Forgot what B minor is. I'm bad at stuff.
Bad stuff. Shut the fuck up. Take a point of inspiration.
I already have
A little...
one.
Oh, how terrible. It rolls over to Randall because he's got his perk.
Oh, yeah.
His feet.
Yeah.
Wait,
Look
I
at that.
thought that was only in character stuff.
Yeah, it was
that
only
got
in
it
character
from.
things.
Oh, was it? Did you specify in character things? Oh, Doc's
Tommy, when
mistake.
she saw the mountain. It's... Come on, Tom. Nerly was humming when she saw the mountain. Think about it.
Is Katie's mic quieter now, or is it just me?
It's
Yeah.
way
I was
quiet.
Yeah,
gonna
it is.
say.
It's
It's-
because it's up there now.
But it's just gone quieter since you were
Yeah,
doing
I
the
think
singing.
when
Yeah,
you made
since you started
other
singing,
noises,
it just went womp.
Whoop.
Is that better?
Nope.
No.
I think it's like volume corrected, like auto volumed itself down
Yeah.
because you.
It's
lute
heard
a lot louder.
ukulele, and it was like,
Oh.
no,
Ukulele, not lute.
Turn on original sound. Is that better?
Lute? Did you say?
Yeah, I said lute.
No.
I said the wrong one. I wasn't. thinking that.
Oh, now you're nothing.
Can't hear you
Now
at
you're
all.
muted. What have I done?
What happened? Is there now?
You're very quiet.
Does
Can
the,
you-
does the mic have like in Zoom settings like an auto adjust volume? Oh no! Now you're gone
Nothing.
completely. What is What is? This is
now?
my fault because I wanted Katie
quiet.
to sing, Very quiet still.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just switch
Okay.
the mic and then.
Yeah. Look what
I
you've
got
done,
greedy
Tom.
for sing-songs. I know, I'm sorry. Do you want to use this as an opportunity for a wee break?
How's that?
Same.
Still quiet.
Is there a setting in Windows that does it as well?
Happens
Like
when I'm streaming though.
True.
How about now?
Nope.
It's the same.
Is it definitely not an auto adjust in Zoom? Because there's the automatically adjust microphone volume setting that
I
happens.
have it turn on original sound, which means it shouldn't be fucking with anything. Well, let me try something. Audio settings. Automatically must adjust microphone volume. I have unclicked that, even though I have original sound on.
Okay. And then
Now-
can you do the volume slider just above that tick box?
How about now?
Yeah.
That's better.
Yay. Okay.
Whew.
Woohoo.
Had it done that then? Was that the thing? It just stupidly faffed around with your volume without any input?
I guess. I don't know. It's weird because I have on turn on original sound, which is supposed to disable all that shit, but I guess. Voice too powerful.
Here we are. Voice too powerful.
Too strong.
Exactly.
Stroke.
But yeah, come on, Nerly was definitely humming in character because that's her mountain.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah, I'll give that to you.
I was like, come on.
Alright, okay.
It makes like Randall can hear it and he's like daydreaming of stories of like Misty Mountains and over.
What kind of story are you daydreaming about, Randall?
I don't know, some kind of dragon in a Misty Mountain.
All
I like that.
That's enough for me. Yeah.
That'll work. But we've already gone with the Disney princess like opening for this session, right? So of course she's like humming little things along the way.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Well, we'll for the sake of our ongoing storyline, say that Albert is very impressed by your humming.
As well, he should be.
Does he need to roll a save for wobbly knees?
Wobbly knees.
Essentially, what happens is it's a somewhat awkward scenario because he hears you humming, and he's the person that's leading the party, and he stops when he recognizes it's you, and then just kind of turns and listens for a bit.
Do we all concertina into them?
Unless you guys are walking alongside, in which case you'll notice, and you'll kind of just be like, all right. Or maybe you don't notice and you continue walking. And he kind of just turns and just listens for a bit. And there's like, you can see that there's like, as you finish singing or finish humming, you kind of look over to him and you can see there's like a tiny little bit of fear in his eyes as he's just like,
Okay.
yeah.
Albert, come on. The sun's going to go down. Let's go.
That
Chop,
way,
chop.
that way. He brings out his little contraption and uses that to direct himself. And soon enough, I say soon enough, several hours later,
Immediately.
3 hours later.
you get an opportunity to stop for lunch. If you guys have rations, etc., you have a chance to just have a little sit down and rest your legs for a while.
Do we still have
no-
sprouts in the bag?
There's an end.
It's
You will
always-
you will never run out of sprouts.
Just a handful of sprouts.
Nugget has taken to also eating sprouts, but it's like a nice little thing that you two mostly share. As Nugget kind of is more comfortable around you, as you guys have become like companions and got to know each other a little bit more. Where whenever you go for because you're the only person that eats these sprouts, whenever you go for a sprout, Nugget will come over to you and like wait patiently, and then you give Nugget a sprout, and then you like that's your thing. Like
One for
you're
me,
like,
one for
yeah.
you, one for
the Nugget and
me.
Oro thing is that you share sprouts as you're snacking from the bag.
Nerly
And then-
nugget thing?
Sorry,
Nugget.
Neuralian.
Okay. I
I'm
was
so
like, wait.
I'm so used to saying Oro Nugget.
Yeah.
But what will happen is Nugget will patiently wait for you to finish snacking, and then take each of the sprouts from you, and then take those sprouts, contentedly give you a little wiggle, and then go over to Oro and just all in one go crunch. Like just sit down next to Oro and just crunch all of the sprouts at once, because Nugget had been storing them in their mouth the entire time. Like it hadn't been just like eating them one at a go. It's just been patiently waiting for you to fill up the storage space, only to go over and then just go and then just like munch on this massive mouthful of sprouts.
God,
So you guys contentedly share your snack time during lunch, during which Albert continues to ramble on and on and on about the Orboskia family. What I'm going to do here is
Why
give...
sound like this, guys? Like, just so...
No, you don't. I would not still be here if you sounded like that.
Randall writes furiously in this book. Oh, God.
So what are you writing in your book?
Just like keeping notes of stuff, of what's going on.
Are you taking any notes from anything that Albert's saying about the Orboskia family, etc.?
I'm not sure at this point any of it's going in. Maybe like the odd sentence if there's like a couple of like facts going on, but there's just a lot of information coming out of Albert, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, because I was going to say that you now get advantage on all history checks about the Orboskia family if you were paying attention, but you didn't. Yep. So, damn it,
it's cruel to tell me that. You know that, right?
I know.
Here's what you could have won.
But anyway. That's funny. But throughout your small break before you get moving on, it's mostly Albert just talking at length. It looks like it's directed at Randall, because he clearly feels this kind of relationship with Randall because you're from the same monastery, but will constantly kind of look over in the periphery at Neroli just to see if she's paying attention. If she has any anything, she'll just he'll if she asks any questions, he'll just like profusely go on and on at length about answering the one question that she answered or she asked. Like the second that you ask even the remotely smallest question, like, what happened to this person? And he goes, well, and he goes on reams and reams and reams. It's extremely obnoxious, but he's just kind of nervously blabbering.
I don't think she thinks it's obnoxious. I think it's just like, it seems really like informative and knowledgeable to her. So she would definitely be like paying attention and asking questions.
Okie-dokie.
And it probably annoying the shit out of everyone without realizing.
Yeah, it gets to the point where you guys have decided to stop for maybe at tops an hour just to have some snacks and before you head on. But unless someone stops you, this back and forth goes on for at least 2 hours before you even notice, because you think he's an interesting, he's got a lot to say about a particular topic. You've got questions. He just keeps going. Unless one of the other party members stops you, you get your 2 hours pass. Other party members?
What, like if we're actually stopped?
No, so you're sat down eating lunch.
Oh yeah, like as soon as we're done with lunch, Randall's going to be like, we need to get going.
What's that perception check for?
See if she notices whether or not people were annoyed if they didn't say anything.
Right, okay. Well, Randall gets to the end of the lunch break and just says, all right, let's keep moving. The rest of your walk then is unless you make any efforts to change the order, Albert is stood walking between Randall, and like he's purposefully standing next to Randall as close as he can, but directing all of his conversation like kind of in the middle. Like it looks like he's talking to Randall, but he's very clearly trying to project a bit more in the direction of Neroli. But anyway,
I think I would be walking on the other side of Randall anyway, because I would still be eating sprouts.
Right.
Sprout after sprout.
Okay. Well, regardless, it gets to several hours pass, and you can see in the distance, this is tucked up against the forest. This kind of these towering mausoleums and stone wall that surround a massive graveyard. This is huge. This is beyond the proportions of any graveyard that you might have seen passing through Walloon, for example, when you walked past city graveyards that are in the center or on the outskirts of other places. Nothing that you've ever seen has been as colossal as this. It is huge. As you arrive, Albert sees it on the horizon and says, "It's massive, isn't it? Absolutely stonker of a graveyard. It's huge." Turns out what happened was, way back when Arabelle was still a very early city, what they started to do was send all of their dead down here, all the way down to Oakspear, because they had some kind of frustrating debate going on with Immersea when it was an early settlement. And they wanted to try and annoy them as much as they could by throwing down all their bodies down all the way down here. It's a stupid, stupid story, but some kooky noble up in Arabelle was so frustrated with it, they just started sending all of their dead down here, and it became an actual graveyard. It became a thing for like nobles and people of prestige to be sending their dead up to this particular graveyard, which doesn't even have a name anymore.
It's weird that all of these people with all this money and power would spend all the resources to send their dead here to be honored and then would abandon it. Isn't that weird?
It's
because it seems like some places people really like money. So
socialist Katie comes to play.
I wanted to like explain why she would even like have that knowledge.
No, I'm all for it. It's just funny.
But also yes. But also yes.
Okay, but anyway, so he kind of continues to spiel off and blah blah blah. After a little while, you find yourself finding the remnants of a stone, kind of a cobblestone path that leads into the graveyard proper, and you walk through the gates, or where there would have been gates. Now it's just a stone arch and a low wall into the graveyard proper. It looks weirdly very well maintained. The immediate vicinity as you go through the gate has, from as far as the eye can see, hundreds of gravestones, hundreds of them. There are in the distance and occasionally dotted around these mausoleums, and an entrance to what appears to be some kind of catacomb. But on the surface level near the entrance, many of these gravestones are pristine.
Well, it looks like somebody takes care of the place.
Well, if it was nobles, maybe the money is kept paying for someone to maintain it.
I guess just because other people abandon it doesn't mean that somebody isn't here.
Do I have to roll a deception check against myself if I'm trying to convince myself of something?
No, unless you're trying to persuade other people, you're okay.
Maybe it's ghosts. Ghost gardeners. You're right.
I bet ghost gardeners would be the nicest goats. They'd give you like clippings and tell you how to take care of plants.
I could do with some ghost gardeners.
Oro hasn't really been listening to anything that Albert's been saying this whole time. So she's now like, oh, this looks good. Like, she just repeats it basically, like, oh, this place looks well maintained. That's weird. Is there anyone around? Is there any remains of like someone being there, or like tracks of someone?
Give me a perception check, or if you'd like to look for someone, kind of do a little check around the local vicinity. Give me a perception check. If you want to be looking for tracks, give me a survival check.
Uh,
I suppose you
Maybe
could use
it's
a perception
Maybelline.
check to find the tracks, and then survival check to follow the tracks. Either's fine.
Oofed.
Is that with the? Do you have proficiency in that?
no.
No proficiency survival. Okay. So immediately stepping in, you can see that there has been some disturbance to the kind of like there's like a gravel that comes in on the path. Like originally it's cobblestone on the outside, but it turns to gravel and dirt very quickly. You can see there's been some disturbance, like maybe a couple of footprints here and there. And you suspect that they would be, harking to your ranger skill set. You suspect that they aren't especially old. That perhaps that this was within the last week, but you quickly lose track of where they've gone.
Hey, Evan. You well? So, okay, I relay that to everyone else then. And I assume that I look around and still just don't see anyone in the immediate vicinity. And
well, if you're looking for tracks, you don't.
Yeah.
You can give me a perception check if you'd like.
Okay, I'll do both then.
Can I look around for like a place where someone would live? Like if somebody did stay here to take care of it?
Sure, yeah. You can
I
give me a
think
perception
that
check as
there
well
was,
if you like.
yeah, a couple of the cities we've been in would have had the like sort of groundskeeper thing.
Hi Evan, hi Bryce. Happy anniversary. Tom is looking very rugged. That's Tom needs a haircut. Thank you. And a shave. Okay, do either of you have proficiency?
I think
I do.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, Nurli, you do not see anything on the inside of the graveyard that looks like it might belong to, it might be a house of any kind. Nothing here even remotely looks like somewhere someone would want to stay. However, you do see on the outside of the wall what looks like some disturbance in the grass and a small fire pit that has been used. In fact, there is a log that's been rolled up next to it, and a small, a very small rolled up bedroll that's kind of been tucked behind the log as if it was trying to be hidden there.
Oh.
Randall's going to quietly ask what stonkers means. In the context of a stonkers graveyard.
Didn't realize that Oro said stonkers, so Oro's now like.
No, Oro didn't say stonkers.
Yeah, but Tom said stonkers. Yeah. It just means Oro obviously doesn't know. It just means like big.
You're Randall's go-to person. Oro is Randall's go-to person for like what things mean.
She's very smart.
You know all the words.
With Oro's perception check, you actually do see a small kind of head bobbing along on the distance to the kind of north side, to your right hand side as you walk into the graveyard. You can see what looks like kind of a ginger bun on the back of someone's head that's kind of bobbing up and down as it looks like someone's walking. It's very low though. It's behind some of the gravestones. Whilst you're also looking around, you can also see the very vague shape to your left of somebody in the very far distance walking with a shovel over their shoulder.
Okay, I point them out to everyone. You want to
Must
go?
be somebody that travels to take care of it, because I saw a bedroll and like an old fire outside.
Oh. Okay.
Could we actually go ahead and take that bio break now?
I was just about to suggest, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to take a bio break now is a perfect time for it. And we can come back after a short break. If you guys are new here, first off, hey, how you doing? Second off, our bio breaks are mega quick. We do our business, we come back. So don't expect us to be gone for long.
Pee speed.
We aim to break the Guinness World Record for peeing, as Doc's alluded to.
I'm already done.
Yeah, it'd be cool to have the little tattoo on the screen. That'd be cool.
Okay, it is now.
So, hi Evan. Be safe.
Hello, Evan. Yes, drive safe, please.
Okay.
All right. Don't have my be right back thing on this one. Is it an image or a text? It's probably a text, right? Be right back D&D. Haha! Be right back D&D. Okay, there is no. There? Yeah, that'll do. Alright, everyone go get a drink, get a snack, go pee. See you in a second. My mute button's not working again. I'm gonna have to manually mute myself. How annoying.
Oh. Oh, it's the first time in ages I've sat back down and I've not been immediately joined by somebody. I want to see the tattoo again. Oh, it's so cool. Isn't the tattoo so cool? You didn't hear me?
Sorry, he's talking to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the tattoo, isn't it cool?
Pretty great. I love it.
So well made. I love the details. It's. I was watching Jenny do a bit of the work on it yesterday, and it was so fucking cool to witness. But it's always fun watching Jenny art streams anyway, because you get to see the process, you know.
Oh, I didn't realise the details on like the.
Shut up! Don't say any good things.
Oh.
It's shit, I hate it. The detail on the what?
I didn't notice the details on the quill, on like
Yeah.
not the feather bit.
Oh, the quill.
I mean, I'm going to call it the shaft, but I know that's not the actual word. That's the word.
The nib?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Better than shaft.
Better than shaft. It's so cool. I realised that I did get sunburnt.
Did you?
Going out today. I did get sunburnt. I went out just for a little while. Did you get sunburnt?
No, I saw that you. I saw you were looking a bit rosy on your shoulders earlier.
I didn't notice. I hadn't seen that. I just thought it was like because I have a little bit rosy in the face as well. I assumed it was a camera thing. No, I got a little bit sunburnt today, which I'm not upset about because I'm glad that I went outside and got some sun. Because I have spent way too much time inside the last year and whatever. It's been ridiculous. And more recently, I've been working so hard on like scripting and stuff for PhD work that I would look out the window and be like, "Ah, sun. Nope, got a code." And it would get late, and I'd be like, "Okay, well now the sun's gone or whatever." So I went outside and I sat. There's a little church nearby me with some grass next to it, and I just chilled on the grass for a bit. I did not think I was out there long enough, but here we are.
But
We are burnt.
typical British person has one day of summer, is immediately burnt.
I was going to say, it's funny. I have a friend who lives in Toronto, and I went to visit her one time, and we went on walking around the city, went on a ferry ride, just did a bunch of outside stuff, and I think she had applied sunblock for like the third time that day or something. And she was like, did you want it? I didn't even ask him, so sorry. Did you want it? I was like, no, I'm fine. You're going to get sunburned. And I was like, your northern rays can do nothing to me. So we spent like a solid 12 hours, because we left basically as the sun came up. And we were outside walking around all day. And I had like a tinge of pink on my cheeks. And they had, after using sunblock, more color than I did. And I was just like, I'm well prepared for the sun. Don't worry.
Okay, right. We're back. So you have seen a little bit of activity in two different directions. To the left, Oro has seen somebody hefting a shovel. And to the right, there is a small kind of ginger hair bun bouncing along behind one of the gravestones. Both of these are at quite a distance.
So that must be who's taking care of the place, right?
Yeah.
I'm certainly not here for any other reason.
Not about to witness a murder, we're fine.
I was thinking grave robbing, but you know.
Oh.
It really wasn't, though. Important distinction.
Albert, do you want to go talk to them?
I didn't think we'd find anyone out here. This is an abandoned place. Doesn't that mean that there's no one here? Have I got that word wrong? Oro, you seem to know about words. Does abandoned mean there's no one here?
Let me roll to see if Oro's ever heard the word abandoned before.
That is not something I thought I was going to hear today.
No, she hasn't heard the word abandoned before.
What's she gonna? What definition is she gonna come up for it?
She's gonna slide past it and be like, "Oh well, this place is obviously being maintained by somebody. Maybe someone just really cares about, making sure they're respected."
In an abandoned graveyard?
Just because the people who built the place abandoned it doesn't mean that everyone has to.
He shuffles over to the closest grave and has a look at the name and the date and notices the person's been dead for well over 1,000 years. Do you think anyone cares about this one? Do you think they've got any descendants that come around cleaning graves?
Oh, I didn't think it was descendants. I thought maybe it was somebody who follows, like a god that presides over the dead or something, and they're performing rites or something like that.
Or like Kelevor.
Do I know who Kelevor is?
So Kelemvor, I did not
Kelemvor.
enunciate properly. You do, because there is a symbol for Kelemvor in the graveyard directly outside the mansion.
Oh, okay.
So you've become vaguely acquainted.
And they are a deity over a death.
Yeah, pretty neutral deity of death, domain of death.
Could be. I've seen the symbol of Kelemvor around a few places. Everyone has different practices, and I imagine that it would be important to them maybe to upkeep something like this to honor or remember the dead, or even just to preserve the place. I don't really follow that myself, so I don't know exactly what all of their tendencies or beliefs might be, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility.
So you guys said that graveyards are pretty dangerous, but also that no one dies in graveyards. So I'm feeling alright. I think we should probably give them a chat. Just let them know that we're here so they don't get spooked by us.
Mm-hmm.
They might think that we're ghosts or something. That'd be silly though, wouldn't it? That'd be very silly. We're not ghosts.
You're not a ghost.
Are you sure?
When
Yeah,
was
ghost
that
last
time
time
we
I
met that
checked.
person? We met that ghost who didn't know they were a ghost.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but they looked like bones. None of us look like bones.
Is
And they
that a
also
ghost
weren't
or
very bright.
do ghosts have bones?
Well, I don't think he was a ghost as much as he was, like, tied to the place through some sort of magic.
Oh, you guys are
Oh, we've
talking
met
about
more
two
than one
different ghosts.
Yeah, I'm talking about a different ghost.
Oh, well, she was also tied to the place because of her anger. So I have no reason to be tied to this place because I've never been here before. So I don't think we would be ghosts.
So you don't think that if you died here midway through a quest, you might be coming back as a ghost with the drive to complete your quest? Maybe you're not some kind of completionist, are you?
Well, we've completed everything we've set out to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we've
I-
we've completed everything.
I don't know how much control you get over deciding to stay. I think it just kind of depends on what happens.
All right, well, let's get a crack on, shall
The
we?
completionists meet the preservationists. An epic graveyard battle. Oh no. Our toughest fight yet.
That's that other party that you met ages and ages ago, and now going by the preservationists. That's the name that they've got.
Shit, canon.
Does that mean that they're trying to preserve themselves or trying to preserve
The balance
the balance? Okay.
Oh,
In all
edgy.
things.
between good and evil.
Wow.
That would mean
The-
they'd
the
have to
eyebrows
be
say
evil
a
'cause we're
lot.
pretty good.
Pretty good.
The unfinishedists watch from afar.
They bide their time.
Good luck.
Oh god.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, who should we talk to first?
Hello, Oroshot.
everyone, it seems.
As you shout hello, it echoes over the field of dead, and you hear two distinct different noises. You hear a scuffle and someone hitting the deck, and the resounding "ow" gently and quietly whispered
Tells a whole
to
story.
the left, and to the
beautiful.
right you see a little head bob up over one of the gravestones. A little white
Grave man.
halfling. Grave man. With ginger hair and a bun.
Can we talk to
Hello?
you? Can we have a little chat?
Oh my god, hi!
Hi.
Come over! Oh my god!
Okay. Are they
Yeah,
okay?
shuffle
Looks
over.
over the over the wall.
In the distance, like, give me a perception check.
Okay. Oops, I missed. 19.
Ooh. And do you have thingy?
Proficiency,
thingy?
yeah.
Proficiency.
Yeah. Okay. So what you can see is that the person with the shovel is on the floor. They're not sure 100% where the sound came from, like the hello. So they're on the ground. They look like they're trying to hide. They're trying to be very, very stealthy. And the shovel that they've got is like kind of just still up over them. It looks like maybe they've clipped themselves with it as they hit the ground. But they look like they're trying to be very secretive about their position.
Are you okay?
They're quite a distance away from you at this
Are you
point.
okay?
He just stays very, very still in the hopes that you heard something but didn't see him.
No, I can see you.
You get out the ground with the shovel.
Shuffles away behind a gravestone.
Who's now behind that gravestone?
You get no more responses from that particular direction.
Okay, I guess we walk over to the lady then.
Oh my god, hi! It is so nice to see a friendly face.
That's us. Friendly face.
You
That
look
was
so
our
friendly.
second
You're
name.
so friendly. Oh my god, she just comes up to you and she like holds you by the arms. She's like, "You're so lovely. Oh my god, look at you. The
Thanks.
aura that you have is immaculate."
Oh, thank you.
I just need to say that right now. Is that okay if I say that?
That's a big compliment. Thanks.
You think it's okay for me to say that?
Yes.
My name is Grace, by the way. So
Oh.
nice to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Oro. And I'll
Hi,
introduce everyone.
Oro.
I don't know. This is Nugget,
Hi.
Randall,
Oh, Nugget. Oh my god. Oh,
Haiku,
Nugget.
and
Wow.
Albert.
Oh my god. Oh, you look troubled. And she looks at Albert. Are you okay? I was like, I'm confused about what's going on. What are you here for? Who are you? Oh, my name is Grace. Grace Verbaze. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh my god. I just, it's just so nice to see some friendly and alive faces. And she just kind of like goes up to Oro and just like gives you a little pinch on the cheek. Oh my god. Sorry. You're so pretty. I'm just you're nice guys, right? You're good guys.
Yeah. Are you good guys?
I'm a good guy. Well, I like to think that I'm a good guy. Your
Well,
vibes, I'm just getting along with this. I'm feeling this.
Great.
This-
Love that.
I'm loving all this. You guys are adventurers.
Yeah.
I can see from all the stuff you got, especially this one. Points over to Haiku. That's a lot of stuff.
Uh-huh.
There's a bit of a mixture of aesthetics going on over here. Not sure what you're going for, but I love it. It's amazing. It's amazing. So what are you poking around in this old graveyard for? Who were you shouting at?
It was someone like hurt themselves behind the wall and they were like hiding with a shovel. Now they're
What a
behind that
big
gravestone over
day.
there.
Very loudly.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There's more people?
I don't know who that was.
Oh, you're not with them?
No.
Okay. And they had a shovel?
Yeah. I think they
In a
hit themselves
graveyard.
with it.
That's a...
Maybe they're the person maintaining the graveyard.
No, that's me.
Oh,
You can see now. You get she steps from behind a gravestone. You get a proper better look of her. You can see that she's probably you would estimate kind of middle-aged halfling. She has a big, long ginger hair, but she's tied up at the back in a bun, and she has this kind of white streak down the side. She's wearing this white but very dirty apron over what is essentially a long kind of green coat that's got lots of big patches that have all been kind of sewn on, like kind of to darn broken and worn parts of her clothing, but also as extra pockets. Some of the pockets that she's got on that she's made herself are huge, relatively. She's a halfling, with all sorts of cleaning instruments in them. Lots of sponges, lots of damp rags and stuff. But you can see that she has this kind of belt around the apron that is like a holster that inside has a spray bottle in. And on the outside, you can see that it's written in immaculate handwriting. It says "Clean vibes only." You see that you've caught her with a sponge in one hand, and it's mossy and damp, and she's got in the other hand, or she did before she put it down to shake yours, was a bucket filled with water that is now kind of caked and soaked in dirt.
it's nice of you to maintain this place after it seems like people have forgotten it.
You're so sweet. Stop it. Yeah, well, it's just so satisfying, like look at this. Oh my god, guys, come over here. I want to show you something. Look at this. And she kind of shuffles over to the next gravestone, which is clearly ancient. This is covered head to toe in moss. It is thick and it is filthy. You cannot read the name on the side. And I'm going to have to get up a name generator because I'm going to have to start reading some of these.
Randall reads every single grave and the dates on every single grave. You can tell that Tom has opened a website.
Oh dear.
Hello.
Downloading those
back?
random names.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back now.
I'm back. Okay. Unfortunately, this particular one has... Oh, you know what it is? I've used this website so often that I've turned the ad blocker off on it as a way to be like, have some money. You're a good website. And now it's going to forever load these like YouTube-style ads. Okay, get out of here. Anyway, these are you. The fucking... This website's so good. Has a list of names that are terrible and definitely I will not use. But anyway, so she has this big kind of squeegee sponge that she dips into the this what you would assume is water, but it kind of has a very citrusy smell to it. And she wrings it out a little bit, and then she just, with both of her arms, pushes with all of her might against the stone, and there's this big just swathe of moss that comes away, and underneath it you can read the name Latuki Bristlebasher.
What
Wow.
a name as
What a
well.
That's what I'm telling you. Some of these names are amazing. How about Roastiek Redminder, Crodud Redguard. Oh, that's two reds. Husod Rubybane. There you go. Those are some names of
another
people
red.
that you've
Yeah,
been getting. As she goes and she's just like, look at this! Oh my god, is that not the most satisfying thing you've ever seen in your life?
Wow. That's incredible.
Oh, isn't it amazing? Oh my god. Sometimes I like to get into nitty gritty and really get into the the details of the names and stuff. But it's just it feels so good. If you ever just want to be so clean, oh my god, I love it. It's so amazing. And she gets a spray bottle and she's just like, so you, and she gives you a little squirt in the face. I'm sorry. But I just love it. I just love it so much. And I kind of got into it when I was looking after the grave of my partner who passed away. And it just, I got into it. And I started cleaning those around. And it just wasn't enough. I cleaned the whole graveyard. So I just started going and finding more graveyards. And I heard about this place. And it is stonking. It's a stonking graveyard. It is huge. It is so big. I've been here for weeks and I've not even seen the back of it. I just there's one area that's a little bit dodgy, but the rest of it is really nice. These are nobles, maybe. I don't know. I don't don't get pry too much into their personal lives, but we have good conversations. You know when you just vibe with someone?
Conversations?
Yeah, it's when you talk to someone. We're having a conversation right now.
You talk with the ghosts, gravestones?
Well, yeah, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes they just want peace and quiet, It's shh, stop. You're talking too much. Stop it, Grace. Stop it.
They talk back?
Well, yeah, I you just you know how you get vibes from someone?
Have I ever gotten vibes from someone?
What vibe are you getting from me right now?
I don't exactly know what you mean by a vibe. What is that?
A vibe.
Randall's got it written down.
Randall is furiously skipping through pages in his notebook to get to the back.
Yeah, Randall, don't you? I told you that once, right?
Yeah, it's vibes, good vibes, vibes.
That is a perfect
That sounds
definition.
exactly like
literally, you remember when we were at the bugbear encampment? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Oro, then that was good vibes. That was good vibes.
It's good vibes.
Okay. So I think then I'm getting excited vibes from you, if that...
I think so. I'm excited too. Oh my god, stop. Albert is next to Randall and just leans over. I'm very confused. There's a vibe thing, something that you've found, like a special magic.
No, look, I don't really understand it, but sometimes things are said that are circus words, and I've been making like this list. I'll give you a quick sneak peek. Like this is one of my favorites. This one's bop.
It's
Something is a bop.
to bop something, or to it's
No,
something
no,
is a
no.
bop.
It's a bop. It's like good music.
Oh, it's not bop. It's a bop.
It's a bop. Like you hear some music, like there's some singing around the campfire.
All right.
Right.
That means
and
it's
you're
a
like,
bop.
wow, that's a bop. No, only if it's good.
Oh, all right. So what if it's good but sad?
A sad
Right.
bop.
A sad bop.
Oh, a sad
Right.
bop.
Okay. All right. I'm glad we're on the same page. He says, getting out one of his notepads and writing, but he's got like a very confused face on as he writes.
Right, it's okay. I'm compiling a list. I have several pages of words and phrases.
At this point, Grace has still just kind of been talking a little bit about vibes with Nerily.
Are you clairvoyant?
Like,
No,
like,
Grace.
Yeah, I'm Grace, but like, I'm like Gracevoyant. Like I'm not clairvoyant, but I'm not clairvoyant.
Grace is a crystal girl, I see.
I can like kind of talk to them, but like not like just only like when they want to chat and like ghosts are chill. Like they've not really got anywhere to go, so like we get on. Sometimes they're grumpy,
Met a very angry ghost one time.
but like mostly they're okay.
Have they said anything to you?
Oh yeah, like all the time. Honestly,
Like
it's
what?
sometimes it's a bit much, but I take it on. It's what I do.
Wow.
What do they say?
Oh well, so there's my friend Dorsui. Not good names. I'm gonna find some new names. Let's use this NPC generator that Katie's put in chat.
I was like, I'll save you.
Oh, this is too few. I want a big list of names.
You could just hit the generate button and get a new name.
This is like my friend Mary Trugust.
Trugus.
Just sounds like she's really good at farting.
Yeah.
She's a joker though. I don't know if she's like serious or if she's just like playing around. But she thinks that her. Oh my god, are you okay?
When you said she's really good at farting, I choked on New York peppermint patty a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But like, she says that her gravestone is back to front. She's a joker. It looks the right way to me, but I don't know. Maybe she was buried the other way. But all the other ones are buried this way, so I don't know. But like, there's just there's also kind of silliness.
I'm keeping an eye out for that person who was behind that gravestone. Have they moved at all?
You can give me. I mean, since you've been somewhat distracted by Grace, I will request another perception roll from you.
Okay.
But with advantage because you know the general area.
Okay. 24.
Oh. Okay. You can spot directly, not the person, but the end of the shovel. It's just like stuck out from behind one of the graves.
Okay.
And it's like you can see that it like moves a little bit occasionally, so like they're not dead.
Okay.
But so you can kind of keep an eye on them. If like as time goes on, if you continue to want to do that, I'll give you advantage on any rolls that you make to keep an eye.
Yeah, I want to keep an eye out. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like this is me, and I just like to do a little cleaning. Just a bit of a clean freak is all. By the way, you smell amazing, and you smell amazing. She points towards Haiku and Nerly.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you.
Well, I say it how I see it,
They had a bath today.
Oh my
nice
god!
one.
Right. Oh my gosh, what's that like?
Clean.
Okay. Cool.
Have you never had a bath before?
Well, like, I clean, but like, it doesn't make a lot of money being someone that cleans graves.
Yeah.
Mostly, I forage and I eat rats.
Oh. Well, that's fair. And Neri's gonna reach into her pack and get her fancy hairbill soap. Sorry, like mint in your esophagus. Not esophagus. That's where it's supposed to go. The other place, your lungs, is interesting. She's just gonna cut off a little sliver of it and put the big chunk back into her bag and be like, well, if you come across a stream or something, this'll smell really nice and help.
Nerly, you're such a sweetie pie. Oh my gosh, stop. You've got this aura that's just so angelic. Oh my gosh, you're such an angel. Stop.
Thank you.
That's so nice. So, what are you, adventuring for here? It's just a bunch of, dead people.
That people have stories too.
I know way too many stories from these guys. They're rapscallions. Don't even joke with me. Oh my god.
What were you saying about some part of this place being dodgy?
Oh, there's just one area though where I get some kind of bad vibes. You'll be okay. Just stick with me and we'll be fine.
Actually, that's probably where we need to go if I've learned anything in the past couple of months.
But no, you don't want to go over there. It's okay. Actually, since you guys are adventurers, you can help me.
With what?
I've got so many quests to give. And then
Are they all
you
about
can see
cleaning
that
graves?
Albert goes, no, I'm the quest giver. I'm the quest giver. You can't be taking away that role from me. That's making me safe. I'm the quest giver. We're not going anywhere near any bad vibes. It's me. I'm giving a quest. The quest is no.
This is no.
What
We've gotta do
quest have you got, Grace? What quests are there?
He looks betrayed.
You can do more than one at a time.
Is it 300 quests and they're all clean a specific gravestone?
Right.
There's a lot more than 300 graves. She's like, well, some of these ghosts have unfinished business. That's why they don't move on to the great beyond. And you can help me. You can help me to help them.
What kind of things? Oh.
She looks around, and I look up a new name. This guy's name is Terran Twarb.
Oh, Terran Dwarb, yes.
Oh my god, Terran Twarb over there. He said that he wants his you know what? Not even kidding. He's asked me to play his bones like a xylophone.
That's some weird kink.
I definitely read about that a couple of weeks ago.
Not even kidding. That is, he says that is the reason that he cannot pass on to his forever after.
So you want to give us that quest?
What I need is for you to help me to help them. There are lows. Hey, you know what? If that doesn't, work for you, I can think of some more. Like, for example, this guy's name is just Dark Walker.
Whoa, edgy.
And
Surely
this
they're in
person's
the
is
bad
this
vibes
person's
area.
is Enwenen Berta Nonel.
Ah, yes.
Like Enwenen Berta
Famous.
Nonel as she won't move on because someone has spelled her name wrong on her gravestone. It's an easy one, right? You can help me fix that.
Yeah, you.
Something that you could easily do. Just put a little hyphen there, or whatever.
Why? I just need. There's so much to do, and like I like to clean, and you guys like to do quests, right? So we can like help each other out.
Sure, I could cobble together a bone xylophone.
You're amazing. You're amazing. I get this creative energy from you, Haiku, that is just amazing. It's all around you.
Slightly show off the gauntlet.
Oh my god.
Just brush your hair.
You made that? That's amazing. Gosh.
Archie's,
I'll
isn't
be
it usually
something.
bad to disturb a grave, though?
Oh, for sure, it's bad to disturb graves. But these are already upset, Like, their jimmies have been rustled. They need to be unupset. You need to calm them down.
Jimmy rustled.
We could.
You gotta unrustle their
maybe-
jimmies.
If you guys want to, we could, but I think we should probably finish this first so Albert can go back.
I think you should, some of these are more pressing. Like, they're really upset ghosties. And if you don't help them, and if I can't help them because I'm just like a cleaner, if I don't get any help, then who knows what'll happen? What happens if there's like an
Realistically-
army of very upset spirits from a graveyard?
But they've been here for 1,000 years already. Like, they can wait an hour.
Well, yeah, but like, if it won't take very long, then why not like help me out,
Well,
We just have to do this first so that
yeah.
Albert can go back, because he's very busy.
But I need your help, though.
Is
We
Albert
take all
really going to
quests in
go
the
back
order
by
in which they
himself?
were received.
Was that Katie? Sorry.
I said we take all quests in the order in which they were received.
We have to complete each one to its fullest extent before we move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're like
That's the
completionists.
Yeah, we are the completionists, in fact.
Oh my god, that's your name. How did I know that?
Well, I mean, we basically told you.
It's our vibes.
But
you know.
it's because we're vibing, right?
Mhm.
We're vibing. Oh my god. But like,
But maybe you can help us.
I can help you. We can help each other.
You could help us though, because if you help us find the grave we're looking for, then we'll be completed with this quest sooner, and we can help you with your quest sooner.
Oh, but I don't have quests. All of these guys have quests, like hundreds of them.
Do you have anyone else around the graveyard?
No,
Anyone
It's
with
just me.
shovels?
no. The fact that you said someone with shovels, that makes me very concerned.
Mm.
Because,
Kind
like,
of-
as far as I can tell, this place has not been used as like an active graveyard for like centuries. Like, no one comes here ever.
I kind
Like,
of
I've not
want
seen
to.
anyone.
I'm gonna whisper to the group. I kind of want to go sneak up on them, and then scare them, and then make sure to duck out the way of a shovel and see what they say. Because why the fuck are they here? You know, what are they doing?
Yeah, I could sneak up with you. Sneaky.
Are you sure? You're very clangly.
Clangly.
Please,
What?
Randall, write that down in your book.
Yes. Clangly is going down. Wait,
What
What did you say? You're what?
clangly.
what's clangly?
Clangly.
Like clangles a lot. Clangly.
Clangles a lot, okay.
What's that meant to mean?
Like you're loud. You got lots of noises. You walk and
Wow.
you clangle. You know,
It's, well,
clangs.
it's not you. It's just your stuff.
Yeah, it's your stuff. It's not you.
The stuff is me.
Okay, well it's
It is
you.
Oh.
But just go.
That's okay, 'cause
Yeah.
If you are clangly, then you can stay here, and then you're a distraction.
I have the silence coin.
Oh, you do.
The
have this.
hush money.
You do. Well, actually, I don't know whether we knew that.
Hush.
Did we know that?
Is that a once-use item?
No. I think you can use it once a day.
Yeah, daily thing. Okay, well,
Then I
what does
guess
that
we
do?
could go.
Just makes us all quiet. We could all go together. Can we go together? Go from all angles. Surprise attack him. He can't hit us all with a shovel. It'll just be one.
I'm not very good at sneaking around, so I can just stay here and talk to Grace, I guess, so that I can be the distraction so that they're hopefully watching me.
Okay. Randall, do you want to come?
No.
Okay.
I don't
Nugget, do you want to
sneaking.
come? Nugget, do you want to?
Oh, Nugget. Sorry, I thought you said Haiku for some reason. I like zoned in. Nugget's just like, it was not even a question. Like the second that you even suggested to Nugget's like,
Whatever. Whatever you want.
like already moving. Like already.
No,
like,
come
yeah, what's taking you so
me.
long? Come on.
Okay, Haiku, you do your hush money, whatever the fuck that was, and we'll go sneak. I'll be in the front of him. You go behind. Because
Well, if we can land.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, you go.
Well, if we can land the coin, fairly close to the shovel person, they won't be able to hear us approaching.
Okay. You do whatever you think is a good idea. I'm still gonna roll a sneak roll. just okay.
Do I know where? I assume the shovel's been pointed out to us.
If I was
I'll point it out to you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna try to clandestinely reach over and just tap one of the things on Haiku's shell and cast guidance.
Hey, yeah, thought that might be coming.
That one item now has guidance.
That second roll is nuggets.
Yep. You stealth roll from Haiku.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
More FOMO. You're doing something without me? How dare you even consider it?
Nugget does have big FOMO energy. Oh, well, you've got a D4 to add to that.
Wow.
D4, did you say? Sorry.
Uh-huh.
You're so clangly.
Echoes are across the graveyard.
Bumps into a grave.
Or maybe you're really sneaky. You just announce it very loudly before you start sneaking.
I am so sneaky.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Would you like to describe to me, Haiku, how you fail your stealth roll? The reason I ask this, right, is because if you have, this is not the instance, but if you have a rogue who is super good at sneaking and they roll a crit 1, some DMs will be something like, well, you'll fall over your foot and on the blip, 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 you make clangety clang noises, and that would mightily piss off the rogue player who is like, I've been like a stealth magician for 20 years. I would never make such a stupid mistake. So, how would you fail as your character?
I'm gonna reach onto my back shell, to try and just grab another hush money, and then accidentally catch a strap, and just stuff just falls off.
Can I use that to my advantage when
Yes,
that
100%.
happens?
Yes, 100%. Would you like advantage on your stealth roll? You can roll again if you like.
Do I have to take that one if I?
You can take
No,
whichever
so
one.
you would take the higher one.
Just making sure before
Oh,
I
yeah,
roll
I
it.
guess it's
Yep,
fine.
I don't want to take that one.
Right. Okay. But you can use that clangliness as a way to close the distance a bit faster if you like. Just whilst they're distracted by that, you're like, whilst
Yeah.
the clangliness is still going on.
Whilst that's
It's all
happening.
being a distraction, Haiku.
Yeah.
Help them put stuff back on their shelf.
I'm just there. Shit.
whilst that's happening, Oro points at Haiku and mouths that. That is clangly, like Adam said. That. I was like, sneak away.
So if you'd like to, Haiku, feel free to roll on your table of things about what drops off of you. But in the meantime, Oro, you're closing the distance between where you are certain somebody is hiding and where there is some clangliness going on, whilst Neurally is still having a conversation with Grace and Randall has also decided not to stealth up. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Albert doesn't even notice that you've gone.
Of course.
Big surprise.
Hey, Hamicus, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it.
Hello there.
Hope you had a
Oh
good
my
stream.
god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Hey there.
Is that Albert?
So you close the distance thanks to the distraction of originally it was going to be Neurali, but her distraction has paled in comparison to the clangliness of Haiku, as there's just a clunk, 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 clunk. A bunch of different shit falls off of Haiku's back.
A horn falls off.
As you manage to dart between some of the gravestones deftly, you shortly find yourself able to view a foot. There is one boot that is sticking out behind one of the graves. Can you roll me a perception check, please?
Yeah. 18.
Okay, so you actually see next to this boot a leg. This leg belongs to a second person who is also hiding behind this gravestone.
Oh.
Just one leg.
Additionally, you see behind a second gravestone to your right a third person.
Oh. Okay.
They have not seen you.
Are they still next to a wall, or have they moved far from?
So
the wall?
you're quite deep in the graveyard at this point. The guys that you saw were already, a little far away from the wall of the graveyard. Unfortunately, this is now essentially just a sea of gravestones and the occasional tomb or whatever. So it's very easy for someone of your stature and skill to sneak between these graves. Super easy. You've got essentially full cover all the time.
Sweet.
But they definitely haven't seen you yet.
Okay. So are they right next to between two graves next to each other? Two people are here and then one person's between another grave and...
Yeah, so two of them are hidden behind the same grave, and
Mhm.
one third person is to your right. One's quite... The two are quite close, the one is slightly further away, maybe 10 foot away. The other two have not seen you. They are looking on the other side of the grave. So from where you're looking, to your left, immediate left, there is a grave that has two people, two
Mhm.
very short people by the look of it, hiding behind a gravestone, who appear to be leaning towards even further to your left. To your right, there is another gravestone at a slight distance, maybe about 10 feet, where there is another set of boots.
Okay. I want to get on Nugget's back so I'm a little bit taller and peek above a gravestone that's between them both,
Mhm.
and just
Sure.
and just whisper, "What are you guys doing over here?"
Amazing.
Okay.
In a friendly way, not angry. What are you guys doing?
Okay, right. You
Hi.
hear shouts. As Adam has correctly guessed in the chat here, two kobolds jump up wearing long coats. Individually, they have their own kind of duster cloaks. They aren't all in one big trench coat. But one of them has a shovel who brings it up as if a weapon. And
That's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you.
What?
What are you doing? Shoveling people?
Digging.
Graves?
Yes.
Do I believe that, or do I not believe that?
Roll an insight check with advantage because they are terrible liars.
You can't tell if this is trying to hide a worse truth or not.
20.
You can read immediately that it appears that what they are trying to suggest is that they are grave diggers,
Right.
not
right.
grave robbers. You can see that they have the one that has that was originally holding the shovel that you saw like kind of the outline of. You can tell by the color of the coat. One's a slightly darker brown. Is no longer holding the shovel in this scenario, and is instead hiding from you a big bag. And because they are very small, what they are doing is they're holding this bag like this, but there is a big word that says swag on the other side that peeks out from behind them because they're of such small stature. You can just see the word swag on this side. They're like, digging!
That says swag on it. Are you nicking stuff?
He and I desperately try and think of an acronym that swag could stand for that suggests they're good at digging graves. Anyone in chat want to help me out here? How can we make swag an acronym for good at digging graves?
Super
Seriously well accomplished grave diggers.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That works.
Wow.
Oh. Seriously, well accomplished grave diggers.
Okay.
You can see now that they have stood up. They're like shuffling back away from you.
Hey, these guys over here are stealing graves, I think.
As you shout, they bolt, all three of them, in different directions. They're trying to get away from you as far as they possibly can. Fortunately
That's
for
how
you,
you get a curse.
what, digging up graves? Fortunately for you, it's very easy. From the tippity top of the peak of the back of Nugget, you can see exactly where they go.
Okay. I remember it. I make a log in my brain and go back.
Okay.
Those are some like, I don't know whether did you say kobold?
They are kobolds, yeah.
Would I know that? Would I know?
What a kobold looks like?
Yeah. Maybe. They'd probably be in the circus
you met
sometimes.
there was a kobold at the circus who did the dice.
Oh, okay.
Rolled the bones.
There was some gravedigger kobolds that I found.
So we are grave diggers.
They had like a bag that said swag on it, and I assume it had a lot of bones in it. But they scarpered. I know where they went, but it was...
What does swag mean?
Swag means like booty.
Okay.
You're so good with words.
Wait, what is... Wait, yeah, pretty sure you told me what booty meant. No, I haven't got booty written down.
Booty's like a big haul of stuff.
Swag. Booty.
Swag booty.
Booty.
Booty could also mean a butt.
Or...
It depends on the scenario.
Could swag mean a butt then?
No.
But it means booty.
That's the wonder of words. Doesn't make sense
Crazy.
sometimes.
Well accomplished glutes.
Yeah. Oh. Write that down.
Those are some swags.
Some. Grace, I don't know if you annoyed that people are stealing bones or grave digging.
That is a really good way of pissing off ghosts.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad thing to do, but
But it'll be okay because there's the graveyard angel.
what?
There's the graveyard angel. They won't get away with it.
What? Tell me more.
This is the first time you've mentioned that.
The graveyard angel? You've never heard of a graveyard angel before?
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh,
that a common
I thought like adventurers would maybe have seen them before because you guys are always poking around tombs and stuff, you know, like there'd be loads.
No.
The only thing we've ever found that was at a place was not protecting it, but was kind of haunting it.
Oh, well, the graveyard angels are like, I don't know if there's more than one. I've only ever seen the one here.
You've only ever seen one. You almost slipped into a different accent.
Did I?
It sounded like it did
I've
to me.
only ever seen the one here. I've only ever seen the one here.
What did it look like?
Grumpy.
Okay, but what did it look like?
Oh, it's got like a really tiny baby face, like made out of like marble. And then like a big beefy body made of like a tomb. And then like loads of gravestones around it. And it's really mad if you like go places you're not supposed to go or like touch the gravestones in a bad way. We're fine because I think it seems to be okay with me cleaning. But like there was someone with a shovel that came through like a couple of weeks ago, and they did like a second of digging, and they got smushed immediately. Like a gravestone just came out of nowhere and just landed on their head.
Oh.
It was brutal. But they had bad vibes, so.
I wonder why those kobolds got away with it then.
I don't think
Well,
they've started
probably, yeah.
Oh,
It seems unlikely that they would have anything like any chance of not being squished.
Mm-hmm.
Like kobolds are pretty dumb most of the time. Like not always, but like mostly dumb.
Mm.
I don't think you can make those types of generalizations about a whole type of people.
Only the ones that I've met have been kind of dumb.
So, this graveyard angel, should we be concerned about that? If we needed...
Well, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just here to see me. Remember, we're vibing.
But
Well, we weren't here for you. We just happened upon you here.
which has been lovely. And I've
Yeah.
enjoyed that very much.
But like,
What is it we're doing here? Or I wasn't
We're here
listening
for
at all to what we were listening.
information, I think.
Oh, we're looking for a particular grave. We're looking for the grave of Ansia the Paranoid.
oh, well, that's a shame because that doesn't exist here.
What
I've
do you-
seen like all of the graves.
Have you seen the ones in the bad vibe area?
No, but you're not going to go back there because it's bad.
Well, I mean, that's probably
I
where it
knew
is then.
that's where we
That narrowed
needed
us
to go.
down.
That's how these
Thanks,
things
yeah.
always work.
Shit. But your vibes are so good. I don't want you to go into that bad
Well,
vibes.
then
'cause it
they'll
might mess up-
overpower the bad vibes and everything will be great.
We might make them have good vibes when we're
It
finished.
might- It might make you have bad vibes though.
No.
We'll be fine.
No, I don't want to.
I can feel the strength of our vibes. Nothing's going to damp these vibes.
You do have really strong vibes, which is why I need your help.
I want to wait outside until
Like,
we're done, though. Just
well,
in
like, watch
case.
this, watch this. She puts a hand onto one of the graves nearby. And when she speaks, a different voice comes out of her mouth. And it says, "Someone graffitied my tombstone! So instead of saying, 'filthis bull,' it says, 'filthis butt!'"
Oro tries to not laugh.
You see, there are people here that need your help. And she
But
walks over
that's-
to another one and puts a hand on...
Seems like it's your purview. I'm sure you could clean that right off.
She puts a hand on another tombstone. I always wanted a fly before I died. That seems like a real problem. You could put these guys at rest if you taught them how to fly. And you've got a bat. I'm just saying. And how about this guy? And he walks over to him. My husband said he'd place flowers on my grave every day. It's been 700 years.
I prestidigitation a flower and put it on the grave. That one we can do quickly. I think you should work on getting the graffiti.
Oh my
off that first
god.
one.
You did amazing. Oh my god, I can already feel
have they
that they're
moved on?
feeling better. Oh my god. They're so grateful. The vibes in this place just got better.
Yay!
See, we can fix vibes.
I'm telling you, that's why I need your help here fixing the vibes.
In the bad zone, so we can fix the vibes.
But in that, if you do it, maybe you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, if you help me do all of the graves on the outside, then maybe the bad vibe zone will get less bad. And then we can move on in there together, and I'll help you clean it.
Albert.
What'd you say?
Did not register the first part of that sentence. All I heard was Albert.
Oh, I said, are we supposed to clean it? As I look at Albert, like,
No, we're not here to clean. We're here to look at the tomb from the outside with no dangerous delving.
I think
I
you've
didn't
got
like
a bit
that.
of a twitch. We'll be back, but we've got to go do this first. But you should maybe stay towards the outside.
I really think that you should stay. Like listen to this one. And she puts another hand on another different gravestone. Somebody uprooted the willow tree on my family estate. I cannot rest whilst that willow tree does not remain in its rightful place.
How are we going to find that willow tree?
That's impossible.
It was probably
I'm
700 years ago.
Listen, I'm just listening to what the people are saying. Like this
Yeah,
particular
it's not your
person,
fault. It's not your
she
fault.
walks
I mean,
over to another grave.
So I get the
Somebody
impression-
spelled my surname wrong. It's Lillidan, not Liluin.
That'll
They all
get
from
the-
the same area, these dead people.
There's only so many voices I can do.
Well, they all did come from, or most of them came from the same town, remember? So it would make sense.
Yeah.
Jack.
All right.
Could you help us? Like, it might be useful if we can speak to this person we're looking for.
That's true.
I'm not going into the bad vibes area because I'm not crazy. You know, that's like, whoo, bad idea.
Okay, well we gotta go.
No, but you gotta help me with this guy.
But then
Look,
we'll
over
come back
here.
and then maybe
Look
we'll
at this guy.
do a
And
couple-
she puts a hand on one gravestone and then she goes, ah! She
Hey.
takes her hand off.
So
That sounds really bad.
I hate to sound judgmental, but it seems like wanting to fly and having graffiti on your grave are kind of small things, and we're investigating something that's like genocide or regicide, I think is the right word. A lot of people were murdered, and there might be some answers here, and it would be really convenient if we could speak to the person, but we would need to make sure that the place had good vibes for you to go there. So I think the most pressing thing for us right now is to go and try to make those better so that you can come talk to them, because they might have something really important. Right? What if
You can roll
there's
persuasion. This graveyard could use a quest board.
19. Not that I don't understand
19.
somebody wanting to have like a small wish fulfilled before they died, but I don't think playing somebody's bones like a xylophone is perhaps as important as finding out that there's an entire, you know, part of a family that was killed or something.
That sounds so important. Like, so important. I think, however, you should also think that, like, all of these people have been waiting around for, like, centuries. So, like, I get it, but also, these people have been waiting around for, like, centuries.
Yeah, but
just so they
sometimes
can
You
go.
just gotta let go of your dreams. You know, you've been dead in the ground for 700 years. You're not gonna fly.
You know what? You should just
I
tell the
can't believe you
spirit
would
that
say that.
if they're a ghost, they can fly, so they should just go fly as a ghost, and then they would be happy.
Well, if maybe you could say that to the person.
I don't know where they're at. I thought you were talking to them.
Shit, what fucking voice did I give this one? Shit.
Who knows?
Well done.
Just
We
pick
don't know,
whatever.
I think it was
That
I
was
always
Somerset
wanted
Farmer.
to fly before I died.
I always wanted to fly before I died.
Is she's touching the grave?
Yeah. I always wanted to fly before I died. If only someone would help me fly.
If you're a ghost, can't you fly right now?
No, I got no wings.
Ghosts
So
don't
you're
need
also
wings.
Not. Yeah, you're a ghost. Ghosts can fly.
What?
Yeah.
Just try it.
Whoa! This is amazing! Oh my god! Oh my god, you just did an amazing thing. See? How good does that feel? Completed! Quest done!
Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna go do
One
this other
down.
quest now. We'll see you later, Grace.
You mean this one over here? by
No,
this
one
grave
at the
here?
back. The one at the
This
back.
one
The
over
sun's
here?
setting. We gotta go.
You mean this one? And she puts
No.
her hand and goes, "Ah!"
No, not that one.
I don't think anyone can do anything for that one.
Maybe we don't need her to talk to them. Let's just go.
You just leave and she's still stood there shouting.
When she comes out, we're all just gone. Like, oh.
How long
You
was I
all-
screaming for?
Not again.
Not again. I've lost
Before
4 years
I
of my
died, I
life.
just wanted to scream for 3 days straight.
That's exactly what I'm going to say is what that particular case was. Oh my god.
She's
I
just
just
gonna
wanted to
finish and
scream
like
for 3 days
collapse
straight.
and wake up and like not be able to speak for a week and be so
Yeah.
confused, but that one will be gone.
Oh my god. Whew. Okay, that was funny. So you've stepped away whilst Grace Vibes is still screaming away in the distance. What's your goal?
Albert, tell us where to go, quick.
Bad vibe zone.
What? I don't know. Fuck, I've lost my Scottish accent. Fuck. What do Scottish people sound like? Okay, Lanu. That's how I get into a Scottish accent. I say, okay, Lanu. 1 second. Goodbye, internet.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Just use an American accent, but should sound really disgruntled. Would you consider those similar? An American accent and a Scottish accent? Is that
That sounds really disgruntled. I don't know,
are those
try it.
comparable? I don't know how to do an American accent at the best of times. All I've really got is my, oh my god. I am really upset. This is me disgruntled. This is shit. Oh my god.
Shit.
It's like I'm actually in Glasgow.
It's just, I don't know where it's got. I feel like it's got to be in here somewhere.
How long ago was it that they died?
Well, in the year 300. Well, it's got to be 1,100 years ago at least.
Wouldn't they be really far back then? Because they'd be in the first part of the graveyard?
Oh, you mean the area that she said was bad vibes?
Of
Yeah.
course, that's where
That
we
was
have to
the-
go. That's
Yeah.
I said that. That's how adventuring kind of works.
That's the only area she didn't know the names of the people in, and she didn't know the name of the person we're looking for, so it's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Adventuring sucks. I don't know why you do it. I want it to stop right now.
Well, too bad. Let's go to the back.
As you
The
shuffle on
completionists
in
don't
that
stop a
direction.
quest partway through.
No.
I'm gonna give him quite a forceful pat on the back, one which just sort of gets him moving.
Yeah, one's more of a shove.
Yeah.
More of a shove.
Forceful pat on the back.
As you walk through the graveyard, there are a couple.
I don't know why that was just so funny to me.
He falls over again.
She over.
As you move further and further towards the back of the graveyard, again, this is a fucking colossal graveyard. It's huge. There are several.
Stonkers.
It's a Stonkers graveyard. Occasionally, you'll walk past a pathway, depending on whether or not you're darting through the graveyards or the graves. Sorry, you can see that some of them have different sections that are walled off. Some of them you can see have already been cleaned by grace. Many of them have not. Is Stonkers actually a real slang? I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
I think it is.
I think it is. I definitely heard it before today.
Have you?
Yeah, I've heard stonking be used.
I've said
stonking.
stonking. Yes.
Great.
Stonking is So stonking is slang.
Oh.
Stonker is slang, so just
To stonk.
yeah.
To stonk something.
What does stonking mean in England? Stonking, slang, adjective, originally British or Australian, meaning excellent, powerful, impressive, or impressively large. During World War II, British military slang appropriated stonk as a noun meaning intense artillery bombardment.
Really? I did not know that.
Google told me.
To be stonked.
To be stonked.
No, we were talking about the stonks.
What the fuck was I talking about? Oh,
Going to the vab vibe zone. Bad vibe zone.
as you're making your way through the graveyard, there are several areas that you can see that have been sectioned off. They have their own little gated, kind of walled off community.
Oh, got gated communities even in a graveyard.
Even in death. And there are big paths that kind of that line the sections to kind of divide them and make it somewhat vaguely easier to access graves. However, they are extremely poorly shaped. Like there's no real kind of system here. There's no organization. It's just as if this has kind of been the most poorly organized graveyard ever. The places that have the like the tombs and the larger mausoleums and stuff tend to be in the areas that are gated off and separate. Those themselves are often more organized as you are pacing through. One of the larger paths that you kind of find yourself on is almost like a motorway, kind of in size. And you can see that the cobblestones that make it up have big grooves in them where carts may have been dragged along them centuries ago. But as you make your way across, you can see that along with these cartwheels, there have been steps, huge steps that have been ground into the stone. It's not like someone's path, like it's not like the stone itself has been worn away with time, but it's actually like actual steps have been forcefully pushed into the floor. And as you are kind of watching those steps and walking along them, to the left you see nothing, and then to the right you see exactly what has been making these steps. What I'm going to link to here is what I will the thing that you see. I'm going to be putting it into the Twitch chat there if anyone wants to peruse.
I'm ready.
It's an ArtStation link, so this is for crediting the artiste.
Artiste.
Edward Delandre.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Cool as
Jesus.
fuck.
Isn't it extremely fucking cool?
It's very
Yes.
Dark Souls.
It is very Dark Souls. So this chunky baby.
Oh, it's so cool.
It
Does it look angry?
has the face that you can see there.
Does it look like a crying baby?
Yes. Precisely. That's exactly how I would describe it. It is stepping decidedly in your direction, deliberately and slowly, as if it's doing some kind of patrol. It's, as you see, if you take the time, its feet land precisely in the grooves that have been the steps walking along this road.
Can I get anything from it? Having like a background with magical items.
You're welcome to do an Arcana check. You have not seen anything of this ilk before. However, there is something that vaguely reminds you of the time that you've spent with the golem that you saw in the house.
Okay.
Its lifeless eyes stare directly forward as it just, with purpose, patrols this route, walking directly towards you. It's about 100 feet away.
I feel like we should
If
avoid
I
that.
wave kindly, does it change in any way?
No,
We should
Is
get
it
out the
walking
way.
away from us or towards us?
towards you.
Oh, shit.
We should get out the way.
Yeah.
We get out the way.
So you are just about to pass this,
Get out the way.
motorway width path. Are you staying on your side, going to the other side? What's going on?
Well, if I know anything about video games, I wait until it passes before it crosses over the path.
Do you know anything about video games?
I do, but I don't know if Nerily
okay.
does. But she
Oh.
usually follows Randall and Oro's lead because they know about stuff like this.
Like video games.
Yes. Randall, have you seen anything like this? Books, stories, words?
I don't know, have I? Have I heard about anything like this? Like
You could roll history.
can I ask Albert and maybe we can have like a brainstorm?
Yeah, go on then. Advantage. Because
Monastery
Albert helps you.
advantage.
We can have a powwow.
You've got a D6 technically that you and Haiku are sharing.
Oh,
and
you
it's
know
near
what?
The end of the session, so.
I can give Albert the d6 that I've got.
Wow.
Oh.
I got a 6.
Oh.
Hey!
You're welcome to add yours since you're helping.
Yeah.
And because I'm using my dice as an NPC, and because fuck it.
I help.
Can I give my D6 because I suggested to think about
Fuck it, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, go on then. We're near the end of the session. You've got about 7 minutes left. Why not?
2.
Everyone, Nerily, you
cast
got anything you want to throw in
guidance.
here?
Cast guidance.
Okay, fine.
Because he turned and started asking Albert, so I
Yeah,
knew
go on
they
then.
were going to think
Yeah,
hard.
sure.
D4.
D4.
Who rolls it?
I'll roll it. I'll
Okay.
roll it. Woo.
If you get a 3. If you get
I
a
got
3.
to roll today.
Oh my god. Okay. So you did well. Between all of you, you managed to buckle down and have a real good think. A real good think about whether or not you've seen these things before. Between you, you deduce that this kind of graveyard angel is referred to.
Angel.
The Grangel. That's what the common folk call it. Is something that is not it's not something that many people purposefully make, though it is an kind of an arcane construct. They tend to. It's a bit like what's the fucking? Oh, did anyone play Dungeon Keeper? Dungeon Keeper. Maybe this is a very niche reference. In Dungeon Keeper, if you have like particular rooms, if you make them a large enough size, then you get different monsters. So essentially the graveyard angel is what happens if there is a large enough graveyard. Just the magic and the kind of the ceremony around it and the tradition and the kind of the protection of the multitudes of gods of the dead from all sorts of different cultures seem to just entice out this creature that is just its entire purpose is to guard the graves of the dead. And that is what you've pulled together from a couple of different stories that you and Albert just happen to have heard about similar sorts of things, but no graveyard angels in any of the stories that you've heard of have the same appearance or are described in the same way. So it really took a while for you to piece all these things together. Fortunately, big brains, you managed to do that quite quickly. So essentially it is this construct that comes about on its own accord and takes it upon itself to protect graveyards. From that, you kind of deduce that it has its own understanding of morality in this sense, and that it is not man-made, but also that every graveyard angel could be different.
So do we need to be careful or not?
Will it know that we don't mean to do anything bad?
But we don't understand what its idea of bad is.
Well, if I keep looking at her. If Grace said that that person got like bonked immediately by a gravestone after they tried robbing it, then seems
As
like
you're discussing this, the graveyard angel stops rigid in one place, immediately bends over, picks up some stone out of the ground, out of the pathway, turns and throws a huge slab of marble from just a chunk underneath one of the gravestones. Clearly not that big, that fussed about actually protecting the graves. But the gravestone itself grabs the bottom of it, yanks it out of the ground, and lobs it into the air. It goes soaring over your head. You all kind of instinctively duck as it goes soaring over you. And then as you just kind of watch as it's catapulted across the entirety of the gravestone of the graveyard, you just hear a and then like a couple of like additional ripples of and you hear in the distance.
yeah, I think they're dealt
No.
with. Cool. Oh dear.
God.
Well,
As long as we don't break the ground.
as long as we don't steal any graves.
I think someone needs to have a permanent eye on that.
I
I could try to talk to it.
guess we could try.
Goes back to walking.
I wave
looking
at it.
straight
Does
ahead.
it acknowledge me? No.
Not even remotely.
I'm going to call out in Celestial. May we have permission to learn the story of someone laid to rest here?
It turns to you if you are having a bit of a chat to you.
Yeah, like stepped out a little bit in front of everyone.
It clearly has at no point made any... No, it's not noticed anything that anyone has done or said until you start speaking in Celestial. In which case it kind of immediately looks to you, listens to you for a moment, and then as it speaks, it says... Oh, I thought I had a bloop, sorry. It says... Sounds like the sound of like you imagine that rocks crushing against rocks would make.
Did I understand anything?
No, not
that
even
it said?
remotely. And we'll end the game there.
Dang it! No.
God damn it.
Did it look more perturbed or less
The
perturbed?
it does not look like the face itself was animated in any way.
Damn it.
I was kind of hoping that it would just be the scream that we heard. From...
Damn, that would have been really good. Oh shit. That would have been a really good idea.
It's like, what is that transformer that can only talk through the radio? Bumblebee?
Oh yeah, Bumblebee.
So
yeah.
it's just Bumblebee. It can only say the things that the graves are saying, and it just picks which one like fits the situation.
It's how I imagine more like if Bumblebee could only speak in static.
Yeah. That's how they made the sound for the Balrog in Lord of the Rings when they were fighting it. They dragged what are those things called? The little cement blocks. They're usually
Cinder blocks.
Cinder blocks. They dragged cinder blocks over each other and put fiery sounds over it, and then
Whoa.
morphed that a bit because they're like rock creatures that are wreathed in flame and stuff. So they literally made its voice like rock and fire.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very
So
cool.
we all know what that song sounds like if we've seen Lord of the Rings, kind of.
Well, then that, minus the fire. Okay. Right, well, I hope everyone had a good game.
Yes.
Thank everyone in the chat for joining us.
Yeah.
That's us for the evening.
Yeah. We're gonna do
yelled
a...
at by a stone giant. Sorry, go ahead.
We're gonna do a raid tonight. Usually
Cool.
we don't at the end thing, but it's my friend Charlie's birthday, I think. I
Oh, it's
believe.
Charlie's
Wait, is it Charlie's
birthday?
birthday or is his birthday or is it his birthday right now? It is his birthday right now.
I just got a notification saying somebody gifted me a sub to Charlie, so I
Uh,
was like, oh, I hope we'll read Charlie, and then you said that, and I was like, yay!
Charlie's really sweet, so if you just come by and put some hearts in, then you can go do whatever you want with your day.
Yeah, let's go.
But thanks for chilling with us. We'll see you next week, probably, I assume.
Yeah.
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 Alright.
I think so.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.